Hey, everybody. Good evening and welcome. It's another Steel Toe evening show. Like, subscribe, share, tell everybody about it. Tell them how fun it is. Tell them how great it is. Or tell them how much you hate it. Oh, people love that. I watched a little... So Corey Adam went live last night, and I watched a bunch of it before the show here. And I don't know where the miscommunication was with the group of people who hate this show to the point where it's become a mental health obsession. And whenever I hear about it, it warms my heart. As a guy who's been broadcasting his entire adult life, knowing that people are that into you is always, it's always the opposite of what they want it to be, which always makes them more upset. But this was wonderful because this group of people, when Corey and I went our separate ways, and I think Corey put it perfectly, the guy who played rhythm guitar in my band wanted to be a lead singer. Well, you can't be a lead singer. You got to beat me out for the lead singer job. I've got a built-in advantage. It's mine. So that's not, you got to go be a lead singer somewhere else. So we wanted to go be a lead singer. And all these people thought, well, if he's leaving, that means he'll hate Aaron with us. The bad news is, and this is disgusting. Corey and I were like, when we're the most honest broadcasters out of this whole bunch of people in this little universe Steel Toe has created, that's a problem because Corey and I are complete NWA Four Horsemen showmen. But they all thought that Corey was going to jump on this weird Steel Toe hate boner bandwagon. And Corey did a stream last night where he's like, no, I actually have a bigger problem with the people who hate Steel Toe. Aaron and I are friends. We text, we talk. Aaron's Aaron, I'm me. That's it. And I'm watching this and I'm like, Corey's nailing it on this point, it was beautiful. The only thing I felt bad about was that Corey was even addressing it or Corey was even dealing with these people because talent-wise and skill-wise, it's beneath him. If I were advising him, I would go, dude, you're so much more talented than these people. It's not necessary, but, he wants to do it. That's why he's doing his own thing. That makes him happy. He likes, I do a structured show, so if I get too much out of the structure, this is a fair criticism of me because I agree with it. And I don't see it as a criticism, but if I get too far out of the structure, I go this is boring people, this is shitty, I'm being self-indulgent. Corey doesn't have that voice, and he can lean into the self-indulgence and make something out of it. So he was doing that last night, and I was watching some of it now, and I'm like, oh my God, this is beautiful. I can't remember the name of the guy, the Red Bar clone guy that he was just ripping apart, but you could tell that this guy is all shtick, all hat and no cattle, as they say down in Texas. And as Corey was coming right after him, the guy was just backing down from everything he ever said and being a complete timid boy when Corey came on and read him the riot act. I had to text, Corey and I were texting back and forth today. I was like, dude, this is fucking beautiful. I thought it was some of Corey's best work. Again, the only shitty thing is that he even had to do it. That, I feel for him there because it's a dumb fucking place. Because they're all beneath you. You don't even need to talk about them. I watch them like my children, and I just smile as they're in the backyard digging holes. We fucking hate you, Dad. I know, son. They're not a threat, so you don't really take them seriously. And what's funny about it is Corey didn't want to get in the weeds, and now Corey's in the weeds, and we were texting about that today. I'm like, and to think, you're the one who didn't want to do this. I'm the one sitting on the outside just kind of doing my show like you always wanted to do, and here you are, neck deep in shit. And
27 years, neck deep in shit.
And we're just laughing about that, but he killed. He did a great job with all of those people. So go to Corey Adam Comedy on YouTube and watch his show from last night. It was really good. All of these people who are big fans of this show to the point where they obsess over it, they thought Corey would join this anti-Steel Toe side. I've got bad news for everybody. Corey and I are remarkably transparent. Anything that you think I am that I haven't talked about openly on the air, it's probably because it's not true and you wish it were. Same thing with Corey. He's very open on air. If he's not saying something, it's probably because he doesn't believe it. But that drove people nuts. They're like, you're just protecting Aaron. You're just doing this. He's like, no, I'm just telling you how I feel. But you got to remember, people like that don't want honesty. The reason they're on the internet is because they want the world the way it is. Whatever happened to them on the outside world was bad. It's not how they want themselves seen. They're not treated as cool. They're not treated as someone to be paid attention to. So on the internet, they craft this persona for themselves. And when someone comes in and decks that persona like Corey did and knocks it all apart, they forget who they are. And they just have to double down and go, no, it's wrecking the program. No, Corey's just being a pussy. And then that sets everything back to neutral again. It's why I always say, once you're done in front of these microphones, you got to shut them off and you got to go do things. You got to go do stuff, or you're going to get caught up in the matrix. You're going to think this shit is real, when in reality, like I said, like with Corey and I, it's Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen is what it is. It's entertainment without the sports part. All right, we got a lot of good stuff in the chat tonight, so I want to get kicked off here. JJ Dewey brought up the BlackRock thing. I forgot that I wanted to talk about the BlackRock thing in Paris. We'll do that a little bit later before April gets here. April will be here probably in the next half hour, 40 minutes. We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Bobby Lee got dropped by Amazon. Some of these really big podcasts, they get Amazon deals and Amazon click-throughs and shit like that, and it's a good revenue generator for them. I think Corolla has it. Bobby Lee's got dropped because of the Tijuana story, which I'm going to come out right now. I know people like a good internet pylon. I'm going to defend Bobby Lee on this one. This is bullshit. Bobby Lee kind of walked into the punch, don't get me wrong. But this whole thing stems from a Tijuana story he told about having sex with a minor prostitute, I think. I think I'm getting that right. And recently, like, it came up on Reddit. And instead of doing what he should have done and letting it die on Reddit because nobody gives a shit, he addressed it. And that's when you lose, is when you address it. There's no victory in it then. Because that's the Reddit people didn't want to bury you for doing the thing. They don't care about the thing you did. They just want to see if they can get you to mention it. Once they get you to mention it, trap closes home and you're finished. So he should have just not said anything. Because the story's like 10 years old from Opie and Anthony. It's like 15 years old from Opie and Anthony. And he addressed the Tijuana story, so now it's out there again, and it caused Amazon to drop him. He shouldn't have lost it. It's from 15 years ago. We've got to put, not a moratorium, but a statute of limitations on shit like this, because it's just not fair. But he also, again, it's one of those things where, like, it's a punch that shouldn't have been thrown. It's not fair that the punch was thrown. It was a dirty punch, but he did walk himself into it at the same time. We'll talk about that with overtime and a bunch of other stuff. I think we're going to hit overtime today. Let's go into the chat here. You guys are very busy already tonight. Again, hit the like button, share the show, subscribe. I think a couple hundred subs in the last few days. Holy shit, thank you guys very much. Keep that going. The drive to 10,000 continues. Citizen M says, last night I was simping April a good 30 minutes before remembering Chrissy had blocked me from chat like 9 months ago. Yeah, it happens. I heard a lot of good reviews. We'll have April talk about her appearance on Simcast when she gets here. I heard a lot of good things from people. I thought she did a great job. One thing I will say, Brittany Venti does seem like she doesn't give too much of a shit about what's being talked about unless it's her thing. Which, no, I'm not like, again, whatever. It's not my show, so I don't give a shit. But it's like, she really wanted to leave at one point in the show. And then April brought up this chick that Brittany Venti's been bashing the shit out of. And Brittany was like, oh, I guess I'll stick around for a little bit and talk about my beef. I thought that was really funny. Papa Dan says 1 a.m. and I'm still awake, so may as well indulge in some steel toe. Oh, thank you, Papa Dan. Jay Santos says, more morning drive DJ voice, please. Oh, well, good evening, everybody. Great to have you here on the Steel Toe Morning Show. I tell you what, we got Rupert coming in with $9.99 starting us off tonight. He says, it was my birthday on Saturday, and I thought I would share some of my money with you. You hear that, everybody? He's sharing some of his birthday money with his Steel Toe Show. What's the craziest thing you've ever done with your birthday money? Give us a call. Will that suffice for tonight? Zen Rhino says, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. Woo! Zen Rhino says, Corey is definitely Wolfpack NWO. Right. That's kind of how it goes, isn't it? Like, I'm NWO Hollywood over here. He's NWO Wolfpack. But when he broke off of the NWO, WCW was like, yeah, he's coming over here. And he's like, I'm just forming a cooler Wolfpack. That's all. Awesome Taiwan says April is always late when she only has to work 4 hours. Women are notoriously lazy. T. Jefferson asking if April is sucking the Dalai Lama's tongue. No, but I get it. I understand it's out there. I've got some Dalai Lama updates tonight. Thank you guys very much for kicking that off. So what, we start tonight 2:05 away from knocking it out? Holy shit, thanks guys. That's awesome. There's the PayPal and Streamlabs links in the chat. We take most of that. YouTube we take most of as well. Just they take a little bit bigger cut, especially if you're doing it on an iPhone, which I still haven't factored into the goal, by the way. So maybe we're falling short. Who knows? It works for me. Everything's good. I'm not going to fuck with it. But thank you very much. 2:05 away from knocking it out tonight. Jericho says, what if you hate Steel Toe and Corey? Well, I mean, that's a big part of it. Like, now there's people who hate me, and now they thought they were going to like Corey, but they hate Corey because Corey won't hate me. As if we don't talk about boxing and MMA and shit like that and football over the phone. I don't know what they wanted. Citizen M says, I liked Corey on his stream, but he was swinging and missing all over in the Win by 2 interview. Oh, see, I didn't see that, but from what I heard, Corey was fucking them up. Like, they had this whole thing. Again, oh, no, Corey showed some of it on his show. I think I did. Corey showed that guy on his show. I think that's where I saw it. Or maybe Citizen M and I are talking about two different things. But that guy, like, wanted Corey to talk shit about me. Corey wouldn't. So that guy kind of got really, he didn't know what to do because he's not a professional broadcaster. So he didn't know how to handle the moment. And he was just kind of like, oh, well, you know, everyone's kind of, well, you know, whatever. Like, Corey would confront him with, like, obvious contradictions in what he's saying. And the guy's like, well, you know, I don't know. It's like, wait, whoa. What do you mean, wait a minute, I don't know? That's not an answer. You got fucked in the ass there. You got to talk about it. MS Willie says notification on silence again. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about that. It's something we'll just have to fight through. Delco Lou says, for every 100 new fans, there's going to be a hater. Unfortunately, it's a part of your business. I don't even say unfortunately. A person who watches you because they hate you is every bit as good as a person who watches you because they love you. I mean, think about it. I don't think we've ever had more viewers in the last couple of months. Because you got to count all the restreaming people and all of that stuff. That counts. That's ours. I mean, that's our views. Thousands of people watching at a time because you got Rumble, you got YouTube, you got other channels. Fucking crushing it. And it's all because of them, which is great. Rexstart Parody account says you had creative differences. It was nothing personal. Guess they want you two to fake some heat. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm not sorry. Rincewind said, I saw Corey's episode Saturday. I thought he was a little more breezy than I've ever seen him on Steel Toe. It's really easy to be breezy, cover girl, when you're in charge, when you're running the show. It's hard to be a second mic, man. I hate doing it because I'm always worried I'm taking over the show or I'm talking too much or am I not jumping in enough or does the person hosting it think I'm funny? Sucks being a second mic. That's why I'm not one. It's a lot easier to be more comfortable when you're hosting. MS Willie says Citizen M is going to go after Zen now. I don't know how you can dislike Zen. He's a good boy. Strippers Got Me Banned says, I was watching the Win by 2 thing last night and was laughing at their takes on Steel Toe and Corey. They're doing the clip pasta bullshit that everyone is doing and not actually watching the shows. Yeah, I mean, and badly too, right? Like, if I want to go into the clip pasta world, you could just completely knock these idiots' heads together, but it's like, why go that low? I got a better show doing it this way. But it is really fucking bad. And you can tell that he's just kind of a short, little fat kid that nobody really liked in school and nobody really likes growing up, and he's probably got a shitty job where nobody talks to him. And he's created he reeks of a guy who's created a persona online that's called Mike David, and it's what he's going to, like, make himself believe he is, which, I mean, it sucks, but, you know, everybody's got to find a way to get along. April's Parents Hobby Farm says, have barely listened since February. Oh, that's too bad, buddy. Says, tuned in for 1 minute, can't stand Corey's show, and this show has gotten so bad since YouTube. Well, That's too bad. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I can't like them all, right? Can't win them all. I've been doing this show for so long. I've lost so many people. I've gained so many people. It's just part of the gig. I remember when we started Steel Toe and like the start of our second year, there was this whole band of people who were like diehard, super loyal fans. And I did like one thing that they didn't like, and they were forming like Facebook pages against me and how I'd sold out and gone soft. So it's nothing new. It just kind of comes with the territory. You know, you're not always going to be everyone's favorite all the time. Strippers Got Me Banned says Twitch Talk also went over it today and showing his crowd what these fools are saying. They do seem to be a little flailing at this point. Citizen M says Aaron and Zen Rhino are right about Win by 2 and Soft Weekly. I don't really have an opinion on the two of them. I haven't watched anything of them except for what Corey's showed me. It just seems like kind of a fat kid, a fat bullied kid doing a Red Bar impression. And then I don't know who the Soft Weekly guy is. Jericho says, I don't understand the illusion of a supposed community. What the hell is a community? We aren't friends. I'm just some guy listening and shitting my pants on the couch. Right, we're all kind of sharing an experience. You're fans of mine. I'm glad you guys are here. It's fucking great. We have a good time. I try to make you laugh or make you think or whatever the hell we're doing. It doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. Liquid Chicken says, I've always found Corey to be as enjoyable as a sprained ankle. See, I've always wondered about that. Necessary? I get everybody has their opinion, but necessary? Really? Jay Santos says, Aaron is like the Walmart manager that says we are all family. But I'm the opposite of that. I'm the guy who's saying we're just a bunch of people doing some shows. Stop taking it so seriously. Relax. Welsh Schulte says he also didn't go back to be molested by a regarded man for the candy. Oh, that story. Granite City says to all that can grow facial hair should have a goatee that are going to the anniversary show. Granite City, I'm going to fuck you up in that tournament. Bring your ringer. You're mine. April escaped to Compound Media, says Schaff. Oh, I hope not. D. Gulag says April was great on Simpcast. Marquise says Brittany Venti is just a typical e-girl. Is she? I don't know. Again, she's kind of like all these other shows that people are talking. I haven't watched any Brittany Venti, so I don't know. I know that she's like seriously into the social politics stuff. That's the best I can do for you. Oh man, I'm really behind in the chat. They're talking about the radio puke voice. Fuck me running. Oof. I am way behind. All right, let's catch up with you guys and then let's do story. Good Lord, you are far too good at the morning zoo crew voice. Look, man, I come from radio. What do you want me to do? Hi, everybody. It's 71 degrees here in Minnesota. It looks like spring has sprung and the snow has melted. Time to get outside and ride those bikes, walk the dog, and get a little exercise. You've been cooped up all winter. It's time to let those legs loose. We'll talk to you a little bit later. Here's a twofer from Led Zeppelin. There. Yosemite Sambo says, Corey is not even the same fucking person on his show compared to yours. I actually like him now and think he's actually pretty funny. I think it was just simply this. Corey didn't want to talk about the things that I talked about anymore. That's not a bad thing. That's unavoidable in many instances. The stuff I found funny and interesting for this show that I found cute and whimsical, or the news stories that I found funny, he didn't want to talk about those. It's not that he didn't find them funny or he thought they were terrible. He just wasn't, interests change, and he just wasn't into that stuff anymore. And I could tell. You know, there were stories where I'd be like, right? And I'd be setting something up and he kind of no-sell it or be like, yeah, and he tried. But he didn't, he wants to talk about his own shit. He wants to be in control of his own show. He's a stand-up comic. He's used to being in control on stage. God knows, we got 6 years out of him before he wanted to make that move. I always thought if we went long enough in radio, I was going to lose all these guys. If we go to radio again and we start killing, or if we would have been on radio this whole time and kept killing, I always thought they were going to poach my guys from me and give them shows. That's kind of how it works. So got a lot of time out of the guy. Cuketiff says all the shows seem to be better when there is some rivalry and trash talk. maybe on the peripheral. I think when you have it as like a peripheral thing, like we can always go back and tease Chad for being silly, or you got wrestling otaku, or you can make fun of Kevin Brennan for being so serious. Like when you have them on the peripheral, I think that's good. But when you make it the main focus of your shit, I think that's when it starts to get a little grating. Right. Geese Artel says, I've been here the whole time. I know, buddy. You're a good sport. Stevie J says, I love Steel Toe's first album, but I think they sold out. That's exactly what it was. Like when we were in like year 2 of Steel Toe, I was like the second Metallica album to those people. He's fucking sold out, man. He sucks now. That's about it. You nailed it. Halada Vagina says, I'm still here and I make fun of you on Facebook and Twitter still to this day. Attaboy. Cute Diff says, do you ever take calls? Would add a new dimension to your show. We do. People call in from time to time to this stupid little program. This show makes getting through work easier. And hey, sometimes it's fun to be cunty in chat. None of this is real, says Turtle. You are right. I agree with you. Levi Hood says, I used to be a huge fan of this show, but recently discovered a show that's a little better. Goodbye, Steel Toe Morning Show. Hello, Junkyard Dogs. I admit I cannot compete with the Junkyard Dogs. Oh, yeah, Malevolent Bystander says, hey, everybody, now it's weather on the Thames. Zen Rhino says, Corey is off on his own now, but Aaron will always be the wind beneath his wings. That's very sweet. Citizen M, there are e-girls of quality that I love, but they're removed from this universe. I talk about Venti because she's the one that people here may know. I mean, again, all I see of her is what's on Simpcast. And to me, like when they wanted to talk about her shit, man, her eyes lit up, and her and April were talking about this pearly necklace chick or whatever the fuck her name is that she was beefing with. And Brittany Venti stayed on for like an extra 45 minutes because they wanted to talk about her shit. But before that, she's like, I'm going to go. Like I could tell she was really fucking bored. Well, dude. Papa Dan says, I thought it may be because he's awake early in the morning and fuck trying to be funny that early. Well, he said that's part of it too. It's the getting up early. But I think that's Corey being nice to me. I think the real thing was Corey wasn't as into the shit I'm in. Like I was in charge of the show and he didn't always like the direction it went, which is completely reasonable and understandable to me. Ghislaine says he liked Left Side, and when you shit on it, you could tell he get a little frustrated, even though you always hated on both sides. I don't think Corey likes the Left Side. I don't think so. MS Willie says April Parent's hobby farm is a backstabbing piece of shit and got salty when you stopped taking his shitty calls. I still take his shitty calls when he calls. I think I still take his dog shit calls. In fact, if he called right now, I'd answer his shitty calls. Aaron just broke the papers live on stream, says Patrick. Oh, no, it's all over. Citizen M says, no, the generic news stories should be on the peripheral. We can get news anywhere. It's the age of information. Yeah, but Citizen M, this is what you have to understand. You're in the minority. Most people, if it's just beef, they go, ugh. I'm trying to do a show that appeals to, I'm a radio guy. I want as big of audience as possible. I want as big, if you're not growing, you're dying. Gary Crouch says, I listen because I miss a good morning show. Right. I mean, that's a lot of people just want to have something that kills some time in the morning. And that's me. T. Jefferson says, oh, you being good at that voice was in no way a complaint, Aaron. I love that kind of voice. It was one of the first impressions I learned trying to learn to alter my voice and inflections. Well, hey, everybody, I tell you what, T. Jefferson, kind of like Thomas Jefferson, who fucked his slaves and had black kids. Hey, everybody, good morning. B. More Lent says, Bubba's not going to like this, but you went on his, when you went on his show, I checked you out and I like you more than him. That happens. Dr. Climate Abortion says, I like the morning show, but the evening show is meh. Totally fine. Pizza Roll says, yep, Steel Toe helps me get through my morning at work. Mars says, Crib Shitter morning show. Why did I search Crib Shitter the other day? Somebody told me something about Crib Shitter, and I know that I searched it because it's in my search results. Crib Shitter. I don't know why I searched. Oh, that's right. There was a band called Crib Shitter, and they made Boom Goes the Vaginamite. That's what it was. God, you guys remember our bits better than I do. Q-Tip says, let's hear your smooth jazz announcer voice. Good morning, everybody. It's K75.5, and this is your host, James Marshall. Coming up this morning, we got a little bit of sultry Southern blues with Edna Thomas. She's going to give you a 3 for this morning before we've got John with the weather and Jack with the news. And coming up a little bit later on, just before your breakfast, we'll talk to City Council member Lisa Bachman, who's going to tell us about the new strip mall coming to town in the place of the old high school. That's here on K75.5, and now a little Miles Davis. That's not bad. I've never done that before. That's my smooth jazz. I could work a lot at, you guys don't understand the amount of formats I could work. $2 from Gay Ops says, Aaron, how tall are you and how much do you weigh? 6'3.5". If I'm being cunty, I could say 6'4". My fighting weight's 215. I'm usually 220, but after the oral surgery and not going to the gym, I'm about 224. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to split the difference. I'm going to say I'm 6'3", 6'4", 220. There you go. Yosemite Sambo says, Venti is trash, not trashy. I like trashy. She's just fucking disgusting. Damn shame, too, because she is cute. Ah, damn. T. Jefferson says, Brittany can be a little basic, but she is amusing and not too hard to look at. But God, people are getting fucking mean on Brittany Venti. Zen Rhino, Brittany Venti has a nice set of jugs, but her face is a little busted. As long as you hit it from the back and don't have to look at her face, it'll be all right. I think she looks fine. All right, well, fuck me in the mouth, as they say. Papa Dan says, Aaron, look at the Vikings logo and tell me it doesn't look like Corey if he was blonde and didn't have his glasses on. I'm not going to stop seeing that now. Grinch Girl says, I get 90% of my news from you. I ain't got time to be on the web all day or watch TV to see what's going on. That's just it. The people who watch this show and are like, I want more drama. They're probably on the internet a lot, and they're reading and constantly refreshing. Whereas I think the majority of people who enjoy this show, they have lives and they don't have time to do that. And so they're like, hey, let's see what's going on. You know, Aaron dives just deep enough into the news so I know some shit, but not enough to depress the fuck out of me. I think that's kind of where a lot of my audience is at. Oh, man, I can scroll through in the chat a little bit. Jericho says the Major League Baseball announcer does the voice better. That's a different voice. Sports announcer's different than morning show puker. Guy Sartell says, I'm only here for the racist stuff. Well, then you are not disappointed I'm taking it. Citizen M says, also, it's not even true. If Venti hit me with her car, I'd walk it off so she didn't get in trouble. It's very sweet. Dave Phillips says, damn, is April like 5'11"? No, April's 5'6". I think she's 5'6". Yeah, I'm 6'3.5". Like I said, if I'm being a cunt, I could say 6'4", but that's just if I'm being really insecure about my height that day. Crew Smitty says, I saw your Easter picture out here looking like a modern day Herb. Fuck off. Oh, Robert, yes, I did see tax today. I thought Anthony did a good job with that. I thought he did a good job. But then again, I have to suck Anthony's dick for a job. Sorry. I just thought that a certain subset of the audience would like that. What do you do? All right. I'm all caught up. We're 2:05 away from tonight's goal and overtime. Oh, never mind. Granite City wants his trophy, says Gary, and Gary throws in $20. Thank you, buddy. All right, so we're 185 away from knocking it out. Holy shit, you guys are off to a great start tonight. Hey, 185? You guys just want to team up, go on the PayPal, go on the Streamlabs, go on the Venmo and the Super Chats, just knock that out now? Yeah, just a suggestion. If you all feel like it, go ahead. I'm not against it. I know you guys think I'll get mad, but I promise I won't. Hit the like button as well. Let's get to 100 by the halfway point. In the next half hour, let's do 100 likes. Appreciate it, guys. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. The BlackRock thing. I won't spend too much time on this because I feel like this is kind of a really serious, in the weeds, Aaron isn't qualified to talk about this one story. But JJ Dewey brought it up, and I did want to talk about this last week. So in France, they have riots all the time now. They tried to raise the retirement age by 2 years, so now they want to chop everybody's head off. Demonstrators forced their way into the building that houses BlackRock's office in Paris Thursday. taking their protest against the government's pension reforms to the world's biggest money manager. And I think they sacked the place, didn't they? The BlackRock office is located on the 3rd floor. The meaning of this action is quite simple. We went to the headquarters of BlackRock to tell them the money of workers for our pensions, they are taking it, said the spokesman. BlackRock declined to comment. That's kind of smart. But, here's what sucks about this, though. This kind of stuff usually doesn't lead to like, oh my God, freedom and liberty. Yeah, fuck these dancers. I was reading Puke Diff's comment. Fuck these bankers. They're pieces of shit. They're controlling the world. Libertad, libertad, libertad. It's not that. You know what it usually leads to? I'm going to let the chat take this one. See if anybody agrees with me before I even say it. Like whenever they get to, the money of the worker is being taken and the money of the worker needs to be handed back to the worker and this and that, that usually doesn't lead to, 1776. It usually doesn't lead to a free and equal republic. It usually leads to, no, my lost interest, not Hitler invading, not a black power fist, B. Smiley. Oh, wow, maybe I'm dumb then. Maybe I'm wrong. I was going to say it usually leads to Marxism. You usually get communism out of that. Like when they start storming the banks and, that part always looks nice. And you're like, good, these fucking money managers and all this shit. Good, fuck them. They've been, screwing people over and manipulating elections and doing all this shit. But I feel like whenever they overthrow that class, you get, as Zeo Gold says, commie shit. You get that whole, power to the people, back to the people. But what they really mean by people is we're going to form a group, a brain trust here, and we're going to be the people, and we're just going to take everything and manage society for you. So I don't know. Usually when it's a violent overthrowing of the government like that, you don't get like Thomas Jefferson and John Adams getting together. I mean, part of the reason that America was such a special thing was because it was basically Englishmen rebelling against Englishmen so we could form a better England. It's kind of, if you go back and boil it down to its simplest part, America was just, all right, we're going to take England and we're just going to kind of build on it and change it up and remix it. Like America became England the remix. It's kind of like the song Ignition. Nobody gives a fuck about the actual song Ignition. The remix is the cool one. So yeah, like Triple N says, we became a less inbred, UK. This is the remix edition. Fucking Roy. I see, you know what? My muse isn't here. Yeah, we were a newer, better England. If we would have just been a country of, like, let's say the Haitian Revolution, where they rebelled against the slave owners in France and they just cut all their heads off and chopped them up. Haiti's been dirt poor ever since because they just raged and killed everybody and said, fuck it. And now they haven't been able to put together a decent country for 300 years. In America, we basically had like English aristocrats. And then those English aristocrats, well, guys, if you're going to spam the chat, we got to let you go. I'm sorry. You can't just come in here and spam the chat like that. Jesus Christ, you psychopath. We had English aristocrats who hated the English aristocrats who were a long ways away. And then they just formed a different kind of aristocracy when the war was over. Now we're just getting weird and gay. Stevie J says, I used my considerable mental powers to cut off the rapping before it started. Holy shit. That's amazing. Thank you, buddy. We're Rome Part 3, says Connor Fullerton. Well, you would have Rome 1, and then what are you talking about? The Byzantine Empire and then us? All right. I'll go with that. So the French are taking out BlackRock, and they're, throwing a fit and doing their protesting thing. You know what? I got to say, I'm pretty impressed, actually, that France has kept that protest going as long as they have. I thought they would get bored and go home by now, but they are still fucking people up. Dave Phillips says Caligula had a lot of fun. Oh, did he ever? I don't think a lot of other people had a lot of fun under Caligula, but Caligula certainly had a good time. That is correct. Religion had something to do with it, too. How else do you control the masses? Says George Kokonis. Yeah, really, like I said before, now I've exhausted my limits of, like, what do you call it, of the American Revolution. I can't sound intelligent anymore. Not that I had a real close, like, string on being reasonable and intelligent before I decided to stop, but I could definitely feel whatever I had fraying. That's for sure. JJ Dewey says 12 days of protest now. The police are beating people too. Well, come on. It's not a good protest unless the police are beating the fuck out of people. There's two things you need for it to be a newsworthy protest. One, shit's got to be on fire. They've been doing that for a while. Two, the cops got to be fucking people up. I get it for like the freedom and liberty thing that's bad. That's like a fascist crackdown on expression and all that stuff. But what I'm saying is, if you want a good protest, you need those things. Not if you need a healthy country, but if you need a good protest. Like, okay, let's do a test. If you see a protest on TV and there's no smoke, fire, and police beating the fuck out of people, are you going to stop and watch? Exactly. Kyle W., I can't get that out of my head. Now, if you'll join us in the parlor, we'll be serving white cake. Aaron's knowledge is mostly World War II stuff. And Napoleon. I know a lot of Napoleon. If no one's getting hurt, I'm not watching, says Triple N. Exactly. All right, guys, thank you very much. Let's just do a quick hands check if we could. 185 away from today's goal, which is very, very cool, very, very awesome. We always try to get under 200 by the halfway point, and we're at like the quarter point. So thank you guys for that. Streamlabs, PayPal, Super Chats. Becoming a member is huge. If you've ever thought about becoming a member, it's a great way to chip into the show every month. One and done. Helps us a lot, knocks down the goal every day. And not only that, Super Chats, memberships, Streamlabs, PayPal, and Venmo works. Also, where are we at likewise? We're at 87? All right, let's get to 100 before 8 o'clock. Perfect. 13 more people hitting like. I think that's pretty easy to do. And don't forget to subscribe. After tonight's show, we do have a clip going up. It's a best of clip from last week when we were talking about and making fun of the Little Mermaid movie. I think you'll enjoy it. If you're up, watch it. Phoenix says, hand check. Go away, I'm baiting. Sorry about that. Off we go into Florida. Yes, Flagler County, Florida. Usually we don't go to Florida for the shoplifting stories. Usually that's like San Francisco, New York City, all of those places. The places where they basically allow you to steal, where you're not allowed to call the cops and the security's not allowed to put their hands on you, and you just get to come in and clean the fucking place out for no consequence. Well, in Flagler County, Florida, there was a guy who went into a Target and he needed an electric scooter, but there was a hang up. He didn't have $600 on him. So if you need an electric scooter and you don't have $500, what are you going to do? Right, you're going to jack the thing. The problem is the guy was so excited to get his scooter put together and to use it that he decided to sit down and assemble the thing right there in the Target parking lot. We'll play this story in just a second. First, April's Giant Dump with $4.99 says, did you feed April your special tooth pills? I'm all backed up and running a little late. This is going to hurt. I really leaned into that one, didn't I? Crew Smitty with $10 says, a little money for more herb attire. Thanks, Crew Smitty. I appreciate when the audience needs to feel a sense of superiority lording over me when they support the show, because they know I can't get mad at them. They're keeping this boat afloat. But at the same time, what he said was remarkably hurtful. And it's because he just made the assumption that we all agree I'm a herb. Not that it's just his opinion. Hurt my feelings. 175 away from knocking her down. PayPal, Streamlabs. Let's knock her out. Okay, Flagler County, Florida. Let's watch this guy. It's amazing that, this is what happened with him. He seems like such a reasonable kid.
What's going on, man? Do me a favor, stand up.
Huh?
Stand up. I'm going to detain you for a second.
Oh, watch this dude. Look at this dude.
Come here. Put it down.
Yes, sir.
Please show me a good shot of this guy. Ah, shit. We got to go back to when he first comes up to him. So this guy has stolen this scooter. You can see there's the cart, there's the box, the whole thing. And he's putting the fucking thing together next to the cart corral at the Target. So the Target can't imagine its luck. It's going to get its product back. It's probably going to have to Purell it down a little bit. But they catch the guy. I think if you look close, he's got like 3 teeth in his head. Which I know shouldn't surprise you, right? The shirtless guy in Florida who stole the scooter and put it together at the store, it doesn't take care of his teeth. But I think if we take a look, he's got like the bunny rabbit front teeth and then nothing.
Favor, stand up.
See what I mean? Look at that. It's a body cam, so it's not the best footage in the world, but that looks like Peter Cottontail or like Zombievers or something like that.
Stand up.
See, am I wrong? No, that's definitely a couple of beaver teeth and then broken off at the gum line on the rest of them. I knew it.
I'm gonna detain you for a second. Come here. Put it down. Yes, sir.
He's got a weird build. You know how you get that build, kids? That's right. Methamphetamine. Very good.
Turn around. Don't tense up on me, man. I'm not tensing up. Okay?
Don't tense up. I'm not tensing up on you, deputy. I just involuntary muscle spasms from the drug abuse. That's all it is. One thing that always gets me, and maybe this is a little bit of the tism showing, like, because we all live normal lives. You know, most of us have at least, a place to live. Some of us married, have children. And like sometimes you're just like, fuck, man, I just wish I had infinite more money to do the shit I want to do. Kids take it all. This takes it all. House, cars, whatever. It all, retirement, inflation, groceries. All this shit takes all your money. And then you watch these guys who are crumb bum drug addicts who like sleep in a cardboard box and steal scooters from Target, and they're loaded with tattoos, like what looks like thousands of dollars of body artwork. And I don't understand it. Like April shows me tattoos she wants. Like I think she wants to get 2 more. And she'll show me, and I'll be like, oh, man, that is a really nice tattoo. And, she wants it in a real, like, sexy spot or whatever that I like. And I'll go, how much is that? She's like, oh, that would be about $700. I'm like, who the fuck is putting $700 worth of ink on their body? Are you out of your mind? Like, to me, I just think of the other shit $700 can buy. Like a round-trip plane ticket to Las Vegas in, like, the good cabin. What the fuck? So these guys can't even afford a razor scooter, and they're out here loaded up with tattoos. I don't know how they can do it. Is it how they get the meth? Is it sucking dick? Because we saw his front teeth. You don't want your dick sucked by that. It's a cheese grater. Be careful. It's a trap.
You know why I'm detaining you? No, sir. No?
That'd be fun. That is great police work right there. That's an underrated police technique. Instead of telling him why, ask him, because he's dumb. He'll admit to some shit that you don't even see him doing. Do you know why I'm detaining you? Because I got a bunch of meth at my house? No, but I'll do that. Fuck, I always get that question wrong. Shit, it's the scooter, isn't it? Yeah, it was the scooter. Guess we're going to go home, huh? Well, for a little bit.
Okay. Once I get these on you, I'll explain it to you. We'll get it all figured out.
Is it for not having man shoulders and having a weird rectangle straight down build? No, that's not illegal. It should be, but it's not.
All right. All right. Did you buy this scooter?
Huh?
You don't want to answer that question?
Oh, what? On the advice of counsel? Watch, this guy's got a lawyer retained. On the advice of counsel, I do not want to answer that question.
Do you not want to answer that question?
No, sorry, officer. I'm nodding out, actually. It's nothing personal.
Okay. Come over here for me.
He looks like the guy from Accepted who can blow shit up with his mind. A little bit. Can we get to see his teeth one more time?
Got anything in your pockets you're not supposed to have? Guns, knives, drugs, rocket launchers, anything? No? What's that right there?
Oh, that's it. We don't get to see his teeth. Knives, guns, drugs, rocket launchers. Anything? Jeez. Clever fucker, aren't you? That's why I listen to you and not Bubba, says B More. Oh, well, thank you, buddy. I don't know what I did specifically on that story, but it's appreciated. Zen Rhino says, I'm getting a $250 Raising the Flag at Iwo Jima tattoo next month, Aaron. Yeah, see, people spend a fucking fortune on their tattoos. Killer Beehive says, tattoos cost too damn much. Right. First of all, I can't think of anything I'd put on my body that I want there forever, and I certainly can't think of anything that I'd want to spend that much money on that will be there forever. So, like, people who get tattoos, they've got to either be damn sure of it or just kind of, I don't mean this in a bad way, but they have to, like, not give a shit about their bodies. I don't mean, like, not give a shit, but you know what I mean? Like, oh, if I regret this later, I don't really care. It's just a thing. Yosemite Sambo says, Aaron, tats are cheap in prison. You know what? That's a fair point. David Dominici. You fucking eye ties. Says, I've had a cop use the rocket launcher line on me. I didn't think it was funny at the time. No, I didn't think it was funny now either. I thought it was kind of a lame cop joke. You know, you got to be a little edgier with your shit if you want to get a laugh out of these meth heads. Got anything in your pocket you shouldn't have? Drugs, knives, guns, double-sided black dildos? Actually, you know what? You can't ask that. They might have one. Oh, officer, I use it for practice to get my drugs. They don't like it when I bite. Stevie J says, once you get a few, you just stop caring. What, tattoos or drug arrests? Because I feel like both. Marquise says, what about a swastika? Where did this idea come from that I want a swastika tattoo? No. Tigger next door says, I'm getting a raven next month. It's going to be between $300 and $500. Yeah. It's fucking wild. Kraken Slappin' says, my wife passed away, not going to go on trips by myself, so I get tattoos. You and I are kind of the same that way. I got a buddy who's having a bachelor party in Nashville, and I'm not sure if I want to go. I don't know if I want to spend the money. I'm getting cheaper in my old age. But also, we're all in our mid-30s. There's 12 of us. They want to stay in an Airbnb together. I don't like people booking my travel arrangements. I hate to be that guy, but I don't like I'm older now. I don't like people booking my travel arrangements, and I don't want to spend a weekend in a house with 12 dudes. It's a little gay. I'd like to stay at what's the really nice hotel in Nashville? It's oh god, it's not that expensive either. I think it's only like $250 a night. Which isn't cheap, I get that, but it's a really nice place. It's the Royal, I think it's called the Royal something. Nice hotel in Nashville. I'll know it when I see it. Gaylord Opryland Resort and Convention Center. Boy, the Gaylord. That's where I want to stay. I want to stay at the Gaylord. Oh, it ain't $250 anymore. Them shits is $369 now. Okay. $369 a night. Fuck me in the ear. But I would, I want to pick a hotel and have my own room and all that shit. I don't want to stay in a place with 12 guys. That's just me. Posterior Attention says my chest piece was $2,100 for my entire chest. See, like, holy shit. $2,100. You could spend like a weekend in Florida. No, you probably could. Could you do it? You maybe do a weekend in Florida on $2,100 if you did it right. Maybe $500 for the hotel. $700 for airfare. $900. Ooh, can you do Florida? No, not 3 days. $900. Yeah, you know what? If you just ate dinner and had drinks, didn't do anything crazy, you could probably do that. And you got a chest piece. Well, I guess the chest piece never leaves. Scooby Jooby Jew says, come to Nashville. I'll tell you plenty of places to go. Yeah, I don't know. Because then you feel like a dick if you go to your friends and you go, oh, yeah, I want to stay in my own hotel. I don't want to stay with you guys. Then you look like kind of a prima donna. Carlos says, aren't you going to Vegas later this year? Splurge a little. Life is short. We don't have a Vegas trip planned yet. We don't know. Do we go to Vegas? Do we go somewhere else? What's the plan? We're not really sure. Usually we go in August. I think we might go fall. I think we might go fall this year because the winter was so fucking bad here that I think we want to save it. We don't want to go in the middle of the summer. So I think we might go a little bit later. Plus, the Vikings play the Raiders in Vegas this year. That might be advantageous. Yes, JJ Dewey, I'm afraid of a soggy biscuit. That's what I'm worried about, staying with 12 dudes. You can stay in Florida for a week real cheap, Aaron, if you find some rich gay dude to service. Yeah, well, that's how I always like to travel, to be honest with you. Chet Hanks has a pyramid on his chest with one eye, BNW, white boy summer. Oh, God bless Chet Hanks. I've always said that. Yosemite Sambo says, my chest piece was $25 in commissary and 3 pill cups full of tobacco. See, now that sounds like a deal. They don't tell you about the butt sex, though. Yeah, Tigger next door. Go to Florida, Clearwater, Florida, and hang out with the Hulkster. Yeah, that would be a good one. April and I could go there. We really like Las Vegas. I don't know if we want to go in. I don't want to go in August again, though. It's just so goddamn hot. I love that town, but it's fucking hot. Clearwater would be fun. Could ask Mersh and Royce if they want to grab a beer with us and they can turn us down and we can feel retarded. That'd be kind of fun. I'm planning my vacation. I'll get to see the Hulkster. And when I meet the Hulkster, how you doing, brother? I'm like, do you know how to get Mersh and Royce to come have a beer with me? I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. And I'll see IRS, you know. Mike Rotundo will have drank too much. He'll be sitting outside the bar puking. It's kind of my dream vacation. But anyway, if you're just joining the show tonight, welcome. We're talking about vacations. Abby with $20. Thank you very much. She says, we want April, but you're cool too, I guess. Thanks for working so hard. Keep on slaying, and we appreciate you. Oh, well, that's very kind of you. That's $20 over there on PayPal and Streamlabs. 155 away from knocking it out tonight. Guys, go fucking crazy. Let's crush it. What do you say? Remember, Wednesday morning, no goal. Matt from Savage Thoughts, one of our former second mics, is going to be back on the show. You're going to love this guy. He's a piece of shit. He really is a giant fucking scumbag. You're going to love this dude. He's hilarious. When we have these guest co-hosts, there's not going to be a goal. Instead, we want you guys to be generous. We're going to give half of it to them. And then if we get a certain amount, we're just going to knock it off the goal for the next night. Von Kaiser says, what happened to Oz? Not allowed to drive at night currently. So he couldn't come in, which fucking stinks, ballsack. Toolman says, lived in Vegas from 91 till 01. Oh, that would be a fucking great time to live there. Be so much cooler than now. It's like, I love Las Vegas, but it's so corporate. It's so corporate. Like, my first time I went, I think was in couldn't have been 07 because I was 21. So it had to be 08. I went in 08 and there wasn't a lot of that Vegas left, but there was a little tiny glimmer of that Las Vegas left. But I bet in 91, it was still pretty rad. I love it. Don't get me wrong. It's an adult playground now and the restaurants are fantastic, but good Vegas now is an expensive fucking vacation. People still think of Las Vegas as this cheap vacation destination, and I guess if you ate Taco Bell and McDonald's, it is. But if you want to go like experience what they have, shows, dinner, gambling, shit like that, a lot of money. A lot of money. D. Gulag says Mersh, Royce, Aaron, and Hulk would be amazing. Maybe April and I will do Florida. I do want to meet the Hulkster before he gets too old. Mike G with $4.99 says, did I miss the Corey story? Wasn't much to say about Corey. I just thought he did a really good job on his stream from what I heard. And I just thought it was really, really funny that there are so many people who wanted Corey on their side in this steel toe hate universe that I've created for them and that they live in now. And that Corey was like, I'm sorry, guys. I don't hate Aaron. And it drove them nuts. And he like broke that win by 2 guy and all these other people were like, yeah, but come on. I saw this from Corey. He kept taking questions of people. It was like a girlfriend when a girlfriend loses an argument and they just keep asking you the same question over and over because they don't like the answer. And Corey's just like, guys, I'm not going to shit on him. I don't dislike him. Then they tried to get him to shit on April. And he's like, I like April. I'm not going to shit on any of these people. You want him to shit on somebody? I'm talking about Johnny. No, I'm just kidding. 150 away from knocking it out. Thank you, Mike G. Very nice of you. Dub says ROTC wasn't on at 4 p.m. Are they coming back this week? I don't know. Wasn't my turn to watch them. Wasn't my turn to watch the boys. Nebo says Taco Bell in Las Vegas sounds incredible. Weird, right? I've thought about that. I don't know if I've ever talked to April about it, but I've thought about maybe like trying to do cheap food in Vegas. But like the first year we went there, we ate at a Hard Rock once. And we went, oh, this is wrong. You don't go to Las Vegas and eat at a Hard Rock. It's like eating at a Denny's or something like that. Like even if you go to a diner that's there, that's only there. Or if you're going to go to a burger place, go to Heart Attack Grill or something like that. Do something touristy. But like McDonald's, Taco Bell, and I'm sure they clean house there. I'm sure they do great. But go to some of those seedy spots in those strip malls by Sahara and shit. Do some of that stuff by Strat and things. Take a fucking chance. Toolman Mike says, I watched Vegas change. Made a lot of money in construction supply. Oh, fuck yeah, you did. 91 to 01. Why didn't I say that like Chip? Fuck yeah. Oh, God, construction supply? You're retired now, right? 91 to 01. That's when the corporations were just at the tail end of buying everything and putting up all kinds of shit. Oh, man. G. Gulag says, Aaron carries a show really well. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Let's keep catching up with you guys. Oh, yeah, that's right. They're doing InfoWars today. There you go. The ROTC guys are still doing InfoWars. So there you go. If you go to Vegas, you must check out Bullets and Burgers. You can get a good burger and shoot some guns. Well, that sounds like fun. I would enjoy that. That's when they bought out the mob. Bought the mob out of Vegas, says Nebo. Yeah, the stories I hear about the mob Vegas, I kind of like, because all you had to do is behave yourself, right? I think the 90s were the last old school awesome decade in Las Vegas. I think the 2000s ushered in like total corporate control. Is it possible to get a hotel room with a kitchen and cook most of your meals? I've heard people doing that to lower the cost of vacations. In Las Vegas, you're going to pay through the nose for something like that. And they usually discourage that kind of shit. They don't want you. Like, they hardly put refrigerators in the rooms anymore. The rooms in the refrigerators in Vegas, this is how greedy the corporations have gotten out in Vegas, is what used to be the fridge for you to keep leftovers and shit in, it's now just mini bars. It's booze and water and $10 bags of M&Ms and shit like that. I think a lot of those corporations lost their dicks during COVID, and they're trying to make it all up right now. Las Vegas will never be a cheap vacation destination ever again. That day, no, we don't roll like that no more. That day is dead, dog. Got to get the mob back in there. Organized crime, goddammit. I love how they called the mob organized crime, but what these corporations do somehow isn't. Isn't that something? Dub with $2 says 07. 07 back to you, sir. Thank you. Toolman says, got sued by an ex-employer over a non-compete, lost everything, started over in my garage, built up to the biggest service and nail house in southern Utah. Attaboy. Those Mormons got to nail each other to something. Do they crucify each other, the Mormons? They should. Zen Rhino says, the last time I was in Vegas was like 5 years ago, and I got a suite, and it included a kitchen. Well, then I'm fucking wrong. I ain't married to my fucking opinions. I am wrong then, my friend. All right, continuing on with the show. Dalai Lama update. So, do you know about the Dalai Lama's original controversy? The Dalai Lama's original controversy was like he like sensually smooched a little boy. This was on camera. And then he stuck out his tongue and told the little boy to suck on his tongue. Like, the Dalai Lama is a fucking pervert. Now, if you didn't know about the Dalai Lama before, you must not know about me. And don't worry, Nebo, I'm not going to play the clip. If you guys missed it, go watch the morning show. But big hitter, the Lama. So the Dalai Lama is a piece of shit. Like from way back in the day. I'm not talking about making out with kids, Dalai Lama. That's bad enough. But there's an episode of Penn and Teller's bullshit about false idols or whatever, and they name 3 of them. Gandhi, Mother Teresa, and the Dalai Lama. And the Dalai Lama is like a slave owner and a racist and like all kind, like fucked up shit. And apparently he wants little kids to suck on his tongue. So the Dalai Lama's been a piece of shit for a long time. And I think people are just finding it out today with this story. But don't worry, guys. He apologized. He said he was sorry. In fact, he feels bad. See, at 80-some years old, he didn't realize that you weren't supposed to ask small children to suck on your body parts. See, doesn't that, now it makes sense, right? Now you forgive him. Because you didn't know that he didn't know that you're not supposed to have children suck on your pieces. So, all is right with the dog. Dub writes in the chat, God, what's the saying? Brevity is the soul of wit. Dub says, in that case. Right, exactly. See, you never had anybody explain it to you. Baza says he apologized for hugging only, though. Question mark. Did he? I think he apologized for the whole sucking the tongue thing or trying to get the tongue sucked. You know? Finally, a man who believes in foreplay and he takes it back. Son of a bitch. I want to get April in here fast, because I got some Dalai Lama updates and I don't want to stall. Where are we at? 150 away from tonight's goal. Thank you guys very much. It's 8 o'clock. We're halfway through. Did we get to 100 likes? Hit the refresh button. Let me know where we're at. And if you feel like chipping in, Streamlabs and PayPal is the best way to do it. Let's knock out the rest of that goal. Do a half hour of overtime tonight. Stevie J says we're at 99. All right, well, hit the final like there, and we're good. I don't mean to bust your balls as your employer.
Okay.
But where the fuck have you been?
I texted you.
Well, I don't read my texts on
Well,
the air.
if you're going to be salty about it, you drive the kids.
Well,
Like,
somebody's being a little vagina.
I work very hard for you daily.
Jesus, I didn't think that busting your balls a little was going to get such a defensive response. Apparently, traffic
I wasn't even that late. What time is it?
8 o'clock.
That's maybe 5 minutes late.
Traffic was really bad, but I'm almost home. Well, that answers my second question. You don't have any jokes about this, do you?
It's 5 minutes, and I'm always stressed about getting here.
Fuck. Apparently. Let's go to the chat then, because I got my comeuppance.
Yes, you did.
Oh, boy, don't look out. Those girls, they own you, boys. Well... Are you in a mood tonight?
I rushed to be here.
Limbaugh? Russian? What are you, from Moscow or something? What are you writing down? I want to know. The N-word? Oh, my God. All right, April. I just want to let you know the show has been funny so far.
That's good.
So,
very good.
Make sure that, it's like a game of double dutch. Make sure you jump right in.
I know how to do a show. I'm good.
Make sure you're jumping in like a black girl with pigtails, What's your favorite double dutch chant?
I don't remember.
What's your favorite one?
I wasn't good at double dutch. I didn't do it.
Cinderella dressed in. Is that your favorite?
Totally.
Get into the vibe of the fucking show.
I didn't do double dutch. I don't know.
I thought you grew up on a farm.
Who has time for double dutch on a farm?
All the farm kids.
Nobody does double dutch on a farm.
All the kids I knew in the farm, they did double dutch.
No, you do that on the playground when you're like 6.
What am I, 6? Doing double dutch?
7, actually. I'm
Cinderella dressed in yellow. Went upstairs to kiss a fella. What am I, in kindergarten? God. Well, Salty says, hey, April, you seemed very relaxed and fit right in on the Simpcast.
Thank you. I felt extra comfortable last night. It was a very good show.
Yeah, they thought you were a great addition to the program.
I liked the group of ladies we had last night. They were very easy to talk to.
Alex Bernal says, and divorce him. Go! That was another thing Corey got asked on his show that I was listening to today. Do you think... They are so obsessed with this show. They're like, do you think April's going to divorce Aaron and leave him? Like, is she under a spell? Corey's like, no, I'm pretty sure they love each other.
Yeah, they tried to pull that shit on Simpcast last night, too. Like, ooh, is somebody going to bed mad at their guy every night for running illegal lotteries? Oh, April seems so much happier without Aaron next to her.
The illegal lottery is her idea. Oh, that's another thing that they got mad at Corey about. He's like, Aaron has a lawyer. Aaron's talked to the YouTube people. Aaron's talked to the Twitch people. He knows this is on the up and up. I'm sorry, guys.
What? So wait,
Corey kept saying to these people, he was like, guys, I'm sorry you're not getting the answers you want.
The answers they want don't exist.
Right.
Okay? If you told them they were right about everything, they still wouldn't be happy.
That's what Corey said. He's like, you guys,
Oh
he goes,
God.
you guys have put yourself in an impossible position. If you don't get him shut down, you've lost. And and everything he's done is checked up on, so you're going to lose.
Literally everything. I always wonder why people think that people such as ourselves would try to make our lives more difficult for ourselves. We're not going to do that.
Corey fucked him up yesterday. It was a good episode. Go check out Corey Adam Comedy on YouTube.
So I haven't gotten to watch it yet. What were they trying to get him to shit on me for? Because I'll be honest here, like of all people, like I'm pretty gracious to all of you. So I'm not really sure what this shitting on me part is. What's the shitting on me part?
They just asked some questions about
I don't
it.
even have a loud mouth.
Zen Rhino says, April, you really saved Simpcast last night by bringing up Just Prairie things to Brittany. Great job. Yeah, I was talking about this a little bit ago on the show. Like, Brittany seemed like she was ready to fucking bail. She seemed bored as shit until you brought up the pearl necklace lady.
I think she's okay. I think she's just probably balls deep in her own shit and wanted to do that. You know what I mean? Like, she spends, like, weeks researching somebody, and I'm sure she's thinking about those things.
That's it. They wanted some dirt.
I don't know Brittany Venti. Like the most I know of her is when I stream with her. Like I think I've streamed with her 3 times now, and that's really all I get. And she seems fine. And like on my takes and stuff last night, she'd ask me questions regarding those takes because she didn't necessarily agree with me on them or like.
Ooh, what did she disagree with you on?
Stuff about transgender people. Like she doesn't like. Or maybe just doesn't agree with like people like myself and Nina and Chrissy and stuff that have no problem with people being trans as long as you're like old enough to make that decision, you know, for yourself.
Oh, so she disagreed with everybody.
She disagrees with that, not because she thinks they're bad people, but physically when you do like bottom surgery and stuff like that, like
oh yeah,
it's not
gross.
safe.
Yeah.
Like you get infections a lot, and that then like kind of equates to medical malpractice.
Not
why
only
is that okay, but like a doctor would never promote medical malpractice in any other realm.
Not only do you get infections, but like if you're becoming a woman, like because it's a wound, technically, it's always trying to heal itself.
It's always infected now.
But it's also there's a thing with the bottom surgery for men becoming women. That hole will keep trying to close itself.
Yeah.
So you have to keep it open.
Yeah, no, and you have to keep going in there with like bigger gauge tools each time also. I don't know. I think Brittany's fine and pleasant to be streaming with, and I really, really enjoyed the girls on the group last night. I think Lila Hart is the most charismatic little, like just spitfire ever.
Yeah.
I really like her. I met this chick from Las Vegas, Tugs, aka Tug Life, last night. She's like a gamer chick or something, and she was really cool. This Nina Infinity chick was really cool. I actually felt that I had a lot to contribute to every damn topic that came up last night, which is really cool.
Yeah, especially when they talked about who ran the banks. I thought that was especially good.
Right.
Yeah, you had a lot to say.
Lots.
Everybody got really uncomfortable after your rants were over.
I handled it well.
It was the sweating that I think did it for most people after you were done shouting about who owns the banks.
I think we got done streaming at like 12:35 this morning too, so I'm a little sleepy today. But
JJ Dewey, thank you for the $5 over on PayPal. Appreciate that, buddy. 145 away from, as the kids say, doing the damn thing. This evening. Thank you very much. April's BBC says, how you been, girl? Has it healed yet?
did I get a BBC now?
That we talked about this last night, I think, on the members show.
God,
There was
did
we?
we?
Yeah, there was a BBC reference on the members only show. You got to remember, these people remember.
I don't remember that shit.
They remember fucking everything. What was it this morning?
I
Johnny
think-
and I were talking about it.
I think that's very funny. April's BBC, like that's a cool name. That's very funny.
Not to me.
But I like it. But I feel like I get show amnesia usually. Like we can have the greatest of time on a show. You ask me a couple hours later, I don't remember everything we said.
Malevolent Bystander says they're all talking behind your back after you left, April.
The girls,
Son of a bitch.
but I was literally the last one on with Chrissy.
Dave Phillips says, I want April's knowledge of the JFK assassination.
Well, it's a private
What do you know?
session.
What do you know? Come on. Tell us what you know.
I said it's a private session.
All right. Bjorn Sandenstein says April loved Adrian's BBC.
Oh, my God.
Any-
I don't think so.
You know, not a fan?
What? I think I've made it pretty clear how uninterested I am.
Killer Beehive says April's British Broadcasting Corporation. Yes, that's what they're trying to say, is April's British Broadcasting Corporation. This is actually a quote from April.
BBC till a DIE.
We slowed it down. That's why it sounds the way it does. Anyway, speaking of BBC, back to the Dalai Lama.
Big dicks?
Big Dick, the Lama. 12th son of the Lama. The balls, the flowing dick, graceful. So he finishes the 5-year-old, and I said, hey, Lama, how about a little something, for the
Okay.
effort?
We're not finishing 5-year-olds.
All right, so the Dalai Lama tries to get a little kid to suck on his tongue, as you do.
Fuck.
And
I
of all
hate
the
this.
people who spoke out about this, TMZ decided to post the response of one Cardi B.
I actually like this. She was not having it.
Cardi B was not a fan.
She's a parent. I get it.
She could not contain her disgust after seeing the clip of the Dalai Lama asking a young boy, suck my tongue. And even though her criticism made some people go after Cardi, she's not backing down.
Oh,
How
really?
do people go after someone for shitting on the pedo guy who wanted the kid to suck his tongue?
The headline made it sound like she's like shitting on all pedophiles. So if you're going after her now, I want to look at you a little bit.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
if you're, I'm sorry, but if you're
watch
defending the Dalai Lama after all this shit, I don't know. That's a little iffy to me.
I haven't heard her words yet, other than she's pissed.
So Cardi B said this, and then she responded to the hate after. She said, "How are y'all bringing up a situation from my past when grown-ass drunk men were trying to take advantage of me and finesse me out of my body because I said protect your kids from predators? Like, do y'all want to get them preyed on or something? Protect our kids and let them know not to let anyone touch their private parts." Actually, you know what I heard about sharks?
What'd you hear?
They only bite if you touch their private parts.
Just right in the dinkers.
Just right in the dinkers, and they gnaw your face off.
Do they have dicks?
Sharks have dicks.
I've
They have
never.
to have dicks.
Fish don't have dicks.
Fish have dicks.
I've seen.
Do you like fish sticks?
I'm not falling for this.
Do you like fish sticks?
No.
You like fish sticks in your mouth?
I love fish sticks in my mouth.
Then you a gay fish? Cartman, swear to God, he wrote it. Don't let no one kiss them in their mouth. I'm surprised, like the way some people do shitty grammar on purpose on Twitter, like don't let no one kiss them in their mouth. I'm almost surprised we don't see people write mouth on Twitter.
Some people do.
It's fucking infuriating.
Can you read it? All
Don't
right.
let
All
no
right,
one
then.
kiss them in their mouth.
I agree with that. By the way,
Don't let no one kiss your kids in the mouth.
I have a problem when parents kiss their kids on the lips. I think it's weird. I've always thought it was weird and uncomfortable. Like, we can do a nice forehead or cheek kiss. That's fine.
But
When,
lips
like,
are off limits.
I feel like you shouldn't be kissing anyone on the lips unless it's your partner. I think lip kisses are pretty weird.
So lips and genitals are for partners only.
God, I hope
And
so.
buttholes.
No, those are to be tossed around like an offering.
Oh, okay. So buttholes have no value.
That's like no man's land.
Don't let no one kiss them in their mouth. And always feel comfortable letting mommy and daddy know what happens. If you find a problem with that, then I'm side-eyeing you.
I agree.
With their giant beast nipples. This world is full of predators, she wrote. They prey on the innocent. The ones who are most unknowing are children. Predators could be our neighbors, our school teachers, even people with money. See, she wrote wit. Power, and our churches. Constantly talk with your kids about boundaries and what they shouldn't allow people to do to them. So
Wow.
she caught some shit for her take on the Dalai Lama thing, 12th son of the Lama.
I will say this. If it was shit for anything other than her grammar and spelling, you can get fucked.
Well,
honestly.
here's Cardi B responding. No shrinking violet, that Cardi B.
I think she's great. I actually have no problems with her, except the whole drugging men thing back in the day.
Yeah, she used to
That's
drug
kind of
men.
fucked up. I don't like that.
But weren't they kind of pieces of shit who were like,
You know they all were. I think everyone in
wasn't
that.
she a hoe?
Everyone in that, no, she's a stripper.
Come on.
The whole movie Hustlers is made after her.
Let's not be naive. She was a stripper.
I'm not going to put allegations out there that I have nothing to back it up from. But, like, I think most people in that situation, they're probably all shitty. She's extra shitty for drugging someone, though.
I agree with Heather Graham. Stripping is a great way to meet the clients.
It is.
But that's what I'm saying.
I mean, can certainly make money off that.
Yeah, Cardi B, I think, probably met some clients. That's all I'm saying, in my opinion. I'm deleting this episode immediately after it stops.
I just want to say I didn't say that.
All right, here we go. Cardi B talking about the Dalai Lama. Big hitter, the Lama.
So I put the tweet up, right? I put the tweet up, and now people want to come at me like, oh, bitch, you're the wrong messenger. You're the wrong messenger. Then you rob and drug man. And it's like, listen. Y'all not going to keep doing
They all do it. I don't understand.
Am I watching The Cell? The fuck is going on here?
You're not seeing things. That's for real. They all do it. I don't know how you do anything. How do you change a diaper? How do you pop a zit on your forehead? How do you eat?
Oh, that one seems easy.
How do you text?
You get under the zit and you just...
No, I feel like you're digging holes in your face now.
I mean, maybe with, great
How
beauty
do you pick an eye boog in the morning?
Very carefully. Very carefully.
I mean, you can poke your food and pick it up.
this, because when it comes to fucking weird ass predators and rapists and pedophiles and shit, I'm really like, I don't play that shit. I really don't fucking...
Not exactly an edgy take, though. Like, when it comes to people who fuck kids, I'm not okay with it. Hey, everyone. Well, in fairness, she is in the entertainment industry, so that might actually be a hot take.
Right. I was going to rival you on that because she's in the entertainment industry. Excuse me. I'm tired. And people are giving her fucking heat for this because, ooh, you're not the messenger. Fuck that. She's got children.
The getting heat part is kind of on her. Don't read that shit. It's a vast minority of the people responding.
I just think there should be not a soul out there to argue with what she said.
Yeah, but then how do you know you're virtuous? There's got to be those other people who are being shitty so that you know you're the virtuous one.
We've got one, and that was the Dalai Lama. That's it.
When it rains, it pours.
But that was the only one we needed right now.
Well, the thing about pedophiles is there's always more than what you need.
Absolutely.
The problem with pedophiles, there's never exactly the amount of pedophile you need. They always overdo. Literally and figuratively.
Making me sick over here.
What I like about Cardi B is that she's worth tens of millions of dollars and she's still gutter trash. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, she never ceases to be her.
Yo, look, everybody, I'm just sitting in a diner, and I'm just saying, like, all these bitches and hoes, they gonna fucking pay, B. I like that.
Pay that shit. And for y'all to, like, trying to say that I'm, like, some predator or I'm some weird bitch because wanted to buy pussy from me, and a lot of y'all be like, oh, these were vulnerable men you took advantage of. These were not no fucking vulnerable men. These are some freak ass that like to go to the strip club, they like to get drunk, and after the fucking club is closed, they trying to fucking take advantage of bitches and trying to bargain. No, I'm gonna go through them fucking pockets.
She's got a little bit of a point.
No,
they're not children.
She makes being a dishonest hoe sound really moral.
Look, I don't agree with anything she did in that part of her life. I don't agree with it. But here, I'm behaving the way that you typically do, and what has she done lately? She's said this shit, and I agree with it. So
I will say that she is definitely trying to put a fresh coat of paint on some really hoe-like behavior. But she is right about one thing. She didn't do it to good guys.
That's what we were saying, yeah.
She didn't do it to good guys, but at the same time, she's also like, oh, no, I was doing it as like a righteous punishment. No, you weren't. They were scumbags, but you would have done it if they were decent people, too. Like, if they would have been in that same position.
I don't know.
It's not like she did it. It's not like she went, oh, I found a receipt here that shows that he donated to the Salvation Army this month. I won't drug him and take his money. Horse shit.
Tell me if you would feel better about doing a nasty fucking thing to somebody who is a piece of shit or a nice person.
Of course I would, but what I'm saying to her is it didn't matter to her and she's pretending it did.
How do you know?
She's retconning this shit.
Anyone who visited her was a piece of shit, okay?
That she led on and said she would fuck And then when it got to getting
I already
down
said I didn't agree with it.
when it got time to getting down to business, she drugged the shit out of them and ran through their pockets.
I already said I don't agree with it.
These guys were opportunistic pieces of shit, but she was just as bad as they were, if not worse.
I don't think this shit should be up for discussion right now with what she said. It has nothing to do with that.
She's absolutely right on the Dalai Lama, but that's like putting a ball on a tee and going, look, I hit the ball really hard.
She's got like 6 kids in her home. I guarantee you she does worry about them.
She probably shouldn't invite the Dalai Lama over.
Probably shouldn't invite most people over.
Oh, well, come on now. You got to trust some people.
Really? Takeoff just got shot. That was like her boy's best friend.
Yeah, but he didn't fuck any kids.
That's not the point. I'm saying you don't trust anybody.
But Takeoff's wouldn't have got shot if he was at her house.
How do you know?
You don't bring your kids to a bowling alley in the hood. That's the Takeoff lesson. She can trust Ye. Ye would be
I don't think
nice.
her and Ye talk to each other.
They should. I feel like they'd get along really well. Ye could teach her a few things. Well, no, wait a minute. Never mind.
I don't think they talk.
He can't teach her anything. He watched the Jonah Hill movie, you know?
And then I'll be like, you drug and rob them. Did I touch their body? Did I touch their penis? Did I touch their ass? Did I touch them?
Oh, well, yeah.
I like listening to her say penis for some reason.
I love that. Yeah, if I drug these guys and then steal all their shit, hey, I didn't give them a hand job. Well, that makes you even worse. Like, if you go through their pockets and you drug them, couldn't you jack them off, too?
Didn't she just say she touched their penis?
No, she said I didn't touch. Did I touch their penis? No. It's like that is a mark against you. Because you drugged these dudes, then you took all their money, and you didn't even jack their dick
Well, when they
off.
wake up, you could have just left them a note that said, I did get you off while you were asleep, just so you know. And then
Show
that
me the
guy can
cum.
go the rest of his life being like, holy shit, Cardi B got me off once.
He ain't falling for no banana and no tailpipe.
You don't know.
Them. Did I touch their body? Did I touch their penis? Did I touch their ass? Did I touch them? Did I put my lips on them? No.
See? So her defense of herself is, look, I just drugged them and then robbed them after telling them I would fuck them. I didn't touch their dick.
I will say this. There is something to be said. If I was going to be drugged, I would much rather somebody rob me than touch me. That there is something to that.
No.
If neither one of them are
You're
okay,
taking this. You're thinking
I
the
don't wanna
wrong
be
way
touched,
on this.
though.
Nope, you're thinking the wrong way because
I don't
those
know.
guys went there to get touched.
Well, it's not fun if you're not alert.
The only thing they didn't get was the thing they were told they would get. Everything else that happened to them happened against their will.
Do you think, as a gentleman entering that club, that you think you're going like the highest, like going to see like the highest of the highbrow women?
It's amazing how quickly women,
I'm just saying.
when it's guys who are the victim,
I'm not. Nope.
when
I've
guys
said
are the
many times
victim,
I'm not okay with it.
but when guys are the victim, it's amazing how quickly women go to the, oh, what was he wearing?
That's not true. I stand up for guy victims all the time.
No.
I've said 300 times this isn't okay.
No, but you're like, yeah, but when they went into that club, they knew what they were getting themselves into.
You just said that 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, but I'm a piece of shit.
Well, just because I'm a woman saying it now, it's like, oh, there can be no guy victims.
I'm just saying, like, if this was a woman, you wouldn't ask that same question, would you?
Yes, I would.
Oh, shit.
I don't think anybody going to a strip club thinks they're getting with like genuine people.
I don't think
you're
anyone who
going
goes
in there like be hanging out with like the smartest, most intelligent, kind, genuine people.
There's a difference between expecting to hang out with the valedictorian and hanging out with fucking Carrie Nation, drugging your ass and taking your wallet.
I have said many times I think it's awful. I've actually watched that movie, and every time I see it, like I think that's fucking awful.
Okay, but wait a minute. What if he was wearing Ed Hardy? Doesn't he kind of deserve it?
Everyone went through that phase.
Yeah. Like if he was wearing a tap-out
Didn't you
shirt.
wear that shit one
Fuck
time?
no, I wasn't gay. If you're wearing a tap-out shirt.
God, even I feel like
if you were
all of my friends did that.
You probably hung out with some douchebags, though. Let's be honest.
I'm not talking about guys.
Ew! Girls are gay. Anyway, yeah, like if they're wearing a tap-out shirt and she drugs you and takes all your money, I mean, that you're kind of wearing a sign.
I mean,
right?
if they come back, though, that's their fault, right?
Yeah, it must have been a good robbery.
No type of...
That's what Cardi B should have done. She's an idiot. If she would have jacked them off after she robbed them, they might have come back. That's repeat business. They're like, yeah, but I did get my dick sucked.
It was the best dick sucking I've ever had.
Fucking touching. Don't confuse. And even if y'all claim, oh, you robbed them, what's robbing and raping is? two different type of shit. So don't fuck.
She is correct. If you look in the law books and you look at the legal code, robbing and raping are two different things.
I would absolutely say, like, you can get your shit back, but you can't get your dignity back.
Not every robbery is a room, but every room is a robbery. But they're not the same. You know, like not all.
It really just takes a part of you, right?
Something takes a part of me.
Fucking call me no rapist. Don't call me no fucking predator. Don't fucking play with my name like that because I don't play that shit.
Right. I just tell I'm gonna fuck them and then I rob them and drug them. Don't call me no piece of shit.
I do believe, like,
unlike this, I actually don't fuck the dude.
She's moved on from this shit, right? So again, like, I feel like this has been addressed so many times.
Well,
and
I mean,
she fucking did. Like, she had to pay for that shit, didn't she?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure she did.
I don't know about Cardi B's life, but I will say this. As long as she's moved on,
I don't feel like we get to call her a predator, like, talking about, like, don't touch kids.
I mean, you're kind of a predator if you, like, tell dudes you're going to fuck them, and then once you get them vulnerable, you drug them and steal their shit. Yeah, you are kind of a predator.
They are crimes. They're not the same crime.
I'm not saying they're the same crime. They're not the same crime. But she's a predator. 100%.
She's not even talking about that, though. She's talking specifically, stop touching children.
And she's right about that. But two
okay,
things.
well, I feel like that can be a separate conversation.
She's defending herself from something she shouldn't be defending herself from. She should be going.
Well, she must have been getting enough people telling her that.
Right. What she should have said is, oh, yeah, I'm a total piece of shit for that. For sure.
She has said that.
Like, I've victimized those dudes, and that was fucking wrong. But I didn't ask a little kid to suck on my tongue. It's apples and oranges.
I think that's the only reason, like, that movie ever happened and stuff. She, like, wanted to, like, talk about what she did, and it was obviously wrong. The movie makes it look like, obviously, we did something really shitty and all that. And then you're making money on it.
Is that why she made the movie?
Know.
To cleanse her soul? It wasn't the millions of dollars.
I just said she made money on it, which is shitty, but she still owned up to this shit, and I think she had to pay for it.
Yo, everybody, I just want to make sure that everybody know that I feel really bad for this. So I signed an $8 million movie deal so I can make myself feel better. I'm doing this for the victims, yo.
Again, I really think this is two different conversations. I do.
I think she should have just not defended herself on that. And she goes, no, guys. What a piece of shit I was has nothing to do with the Dalai Lama making a kid suck his tongue.
Right. This is a parent being concerned for children.
Yeah, but she's making it about the stealing thing.
Because of that tweet, people talking about like, oh, but you the wrong messenger. How am I the wrong messenger, bitch? I'm the right messenger because I'm a fucking mom.
That's what I'm saying.
In fairness, so is Caitlyn Jenner. But I don't know if you're I think the reason people are saying you're not the right messenger is because you're about a piece of shit. Like, to be fair, they're not saying it's because, oh, you're a parent and you're the wrong messenger. No, you're not the right messenger because you're known for talking about how wet your pussy is and drugging dudes and robbing them. That's why you're not the right messenger. Like, for example. Well,
that's every rap artist then. No offense.
Right. I don't think any rap artist should be like the go-to person on this issue. Candace Cameron Bure could be the Hillary.
No, I'll tell you why.
Hillary Duff could be the go-to person.
I'll tell you why none of that matters. Nobody gives a shit about them. People do give a shit about her, whether it's you or me or not. Like, people give a shit about her and they listen to her. And I wish more people in entertainment would say this shit.
I'm just saying, having Cardi B talking to you about not victimizing people is like Pete Rose running a gambling awareness hotline.
I get it. She's fucking owned up to that shit, though, and this is about kids now.
Why can't we get Megan Thee Stallion's take on this?
I'm sure Megan Thee Stallion would back her up on it, too.
Where's Lil' Kim on this shit?
Lil' Kim's a nobody now.
Oh. She's probably, well, then she'd be easy to get a hold of. She's not doing anything.
Again, I think it's good to have people in the disgusting entertainment industry where everybody's about a piece of shit to at least say this shit.
I am making fun of Cardi B. That's literally all I'm doing.
I'm a fucking mom.
Ooh.
And I'm a fucking woman. And I'm a girl that as a teenager, my body got abused. I don't talk about that shit because it's like, that's another story for another time. But just the whole fact that it's like, for y'all to even try me because I want y'all to protect y'all children because y'all need to be more careful with y'all kids. Y'all fucking sick. Yeah. And it makes me feel like y'all probably predators y'all fucking self.
Yeah, see, that's like, again, that's where, like, when you start doing the hood rat thing on responding to people about the Dalai Lama deal, that's where I go, hey, you know what? Maybe just don't address these people. Like, just don't. Like, it's probably, the juice isn't worth the squeeze on this one. First of all, it's the internet. They're not going to change their mind and go, oh, you know what, Cardi? You're right. I kind of came off like a dick. And second of all, they do have a little bit of a point. I mean, there are much better spokespeople for this than you.
Like I said, I think
bitch.
it's great if anybody says that stuff.
I think, oh, God damn it, I forgot her name. Shit. Oh, God, who's the broad? Fuck. Damn it. Oh, I forgot. I was going to say so-and-so would have been a better spokesperson. Shit, I need to learn black women's names.
It is interesting, though, that no matter who says that stuff, somebody's got to disagree with it.
That's why you don't talk about those people. You don't address that part of it. Yeah, Black China. That's the one I was thinking of.
Angela White.
Angela White would have been the perfect spokesperson for this whole thing. Marquis says this New York vulture with talons has no right to talk. I mean, yeah, the Dalai Lama wanted a kid to suck his tongue. If that's where it stops, if that's the worst thing he did, which I doubt that it was, what Cardi B's done in her life is worse. What Cardi B's done in her life is worse than that one incident.
Yeah, I'd agree to that.
Yeah. So, like, I think that's what people were saying. And like I always say about talking about what people are saying about you, the minute you address it, you lose, because that's all they're trying to get you to do. It's like when we talk about the Bobby Lee thing a little bit later. They're just trying to get you to address it. And the minute you do, they're like, they're not trying to prove themselves right or wrong. Oh, this is this is the girl I want to hear from. Oh, shit. Can you do me a favor, buddy? Call in a second. I have to do a thing quickly. Yes, I know. I didn't hook up the shit. I am the dumbest guy there is. Give me just 1 second. I can do this. We're going to hook up the Bluetooth and we'll be good to go. And all right, Marquise, call back. I do need a black person's perspective on this. And they say I'm racist. 145 away from knocking the goal out tonight, guys. Let's get going on that. We got about 25 minutes until we rattle the cans and knock out the rest of it. What do you say we just do that before we even play the music? Just knock her out. Crunchy Cynicism says, I'm not frightened and as much more articulate than Miss Cardi Barty. I don't know what that means. Let's talk to Marquise Blackachew, a.k.a. that black bi dude, about Cardi B. What's up, buddy?
I had a whole Uncle Paul bit ready to go, and you fucked that one up.
What did I do? Oh, you were going to be Uncle Paul. I'm sorry.
You always say his name.
No, I was more interested in your actual take.
Oh yeah, like this bitch has no right to fucking talk.
Right.
She's a fucking predator, just like Dalai Lama is, just like any other predator. She is one herself. There are just levels to it.
Right.
Like, I get it. We're not talking about fucking little kids here, but she drugged people, and she fucking stole shit from the people that she drugged.
Under the guise the guise that she was gonna fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking that right there. Yeah, you're preying on a fucking man's nature to want to fuck.
Yeah.
And you did that, and you took their shit. She has no fucking room to talk. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I hate Cardi B.
There's people in the chat saying like, "Oh, I'd take her more seriously if she reimbursed those guys." She doesn't know who the fuck those guys are. It was like a one night thing. There's no way to reimburse.
Do any of us know what she did to pay for that? I don't think any of us know what she did
didn't
to pay for that.
It. Like she wouldn't know who the people were
Legally.
Oh, yeah,
nothing. She didn't go to jail for that shit.
Yeah, right. She never went to jail for doing that. And I don't think did she pay any, and if she paid any fines, that goes to the government. Why does the government get any money?
No, nothing happened to her.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
She is about a piece of shit.
She is, and the fact that we're living in a time period where Bobby Lee can literally be canceled for a story that he told 10 years ago on O&A, and here she is. She's fucking trying to spin this shit of the stealing story to suit the narrative for the whole Dalai Lama shit. Why the fuck hasn't Cardi B been canceled?
Because she's a woman, and it's looked at, like, secretly in society, it's looked at what she did, and women don't want to admit it, like the kind of women who are, like, big-time feminists and shit. They don't want to admit it, but it's empowering to them. Because she did it to men. She did it to the enemy, so it's okay.
I'm going to look it up. I really thought she did go through, like, legal proceedings regarding this.
She might have paid fines, but not to the people she stole from.
Yes, if the movie was accurate at all, there were specific men that, like, went to the authorities and, like, had lawsuits.
Who wrote the movie?
Yeah, we got surviving R. Kelly out there. We're surviving Cardi B.
Yeah, right, exactly. She came at me with those giant claws and her pepperoni nipples. Did Cardi B pay restitution?
I agree with you, Aaron.
What's that?
For the life of me. I agree with you. For the life of me, I'll never understand why black women have to have those gigantic-ass talons. You can't do shit with them. They break too easily.
What did I say, black women? Why did I say? Did I say black? Did I say black women? Why are you agreeing with me when I'm the one time I'm not being racist?
I think they're all gross.
What, black women or the nails? Oh, okay. All right, thank you, buddy.
Racial on here later, man.
All right. Yeah, it's all I'm getting here is Cardi B had a $4 million defamation suit against Tasha K, a blogger who made claims about drug use, STDs, and prostitution. So she sued somebody for talking about those days, and Cardi B won. So Cardi B made money off of that shit.
Okay, but you can't do that, right? Like, there's no way that you'd have to bring up all that evidence in that case, wouldn't you?
Well, she can't because, like, the blogger she sued, the blogger doesn't have that evidence.
Like I said,
she's just
I'm
going
gonna
on
look
shit
into
she's
it.
heard.
I really believe there were men that came forward specifically about this.
I'm sure they did, but she didn't have to pay them a fucking thing because they can't prove it.
I just remember her being, like, I don't give a shit about her at all. I just liked her take here today. I really think she was talked pretty shittily about because of that for a long time.
Party with Cardi, let me call in, says Abby. Well, let's here. Well, I don't have any way of getting you the number. I'm sorry. Get it from Mark. Talk to Marquise. He'll set you up. Where does that put us for tonight? We are at 125. Oh, only 125 away. Thank you guys very much. Keep her going about 18 minutes until we rattle the cans and see if we can knock out the rest. Zen Rhino says, I don't know about that, but I know she did plead guilty to a strip club assault. I mean, that's different. But Stoney says, I'm Banjo, a host of the Junkyard Dogs. Thanks for the exposure and criticism, dude.
Wow.
Fucking Stoney, hold on a minute. Twitter.com/Aaron Immel. Go follow me on Twitter, Stoney. I'm going to DM you the number. You're going to call it. We're going to talk to one of the Junkyard Dog guys, either today or tonight or tomorrow.
It's an honor.
We're going to talk to one of the Junkyard Dogs and their fake sex stories. Did you wait? Hold on.
I was listening.
Allegedly, did you believe those sex stories? Or did you
I believe there's something to them, but they're probably not completely correct.
All right. Alcada with $10 says, came in late. Did you already talk about Mersh getting busted by predator poachers? No, but I do have that video, and we can talk about it a little bit later on tonight or tomorrow night. It is very funny. They're buddies with that Rosen guy, one of the guy who does predator poachers, and they did a whole bit of catching Mersh. It was pretty fun. Yeah, it was pretty funny. 120 away from knocking it away. Stoney says, can I do that tomorrow? I don't have Twitter downloaded and I'm out with my friends. Absolutely. We would be honored to have one of the Junkyard Dogs contact our show. If you want to do it on Zoom, we can do it on Zoom too. It's
Overtime in the morning would be pretty great.
overtime tomorrow. An interview with the Junkyard Dogs at what 10 a.m. Central Time. Stoney, absolutely. Which one are you, Stoney? Because who was our guy? Who did we like?
Was it Brad?
I think we were Team Brad.
Not Team Chad? I don't know.
No,
It's
Brad the
and
Chad is
right?
a different guy. No, Brad the Chad was a guy we made
there's so
fun
many
of.
ad names. I don't know.
Who was the guy? Or was it David? If we do it on Discord, we can get the other two dogs. I'm not a Discord guy.
Will they howl for you?
They're fucking howling. Who was the guy who called the guy out for saying, I don't know, this story sounds like bullshit?
I don't know.
They're saying, Zen Rhino says Mike.
Thad.
I don't think it was Thad. The guy who said, hey, this story sounds like a bunch of horse shit. No, I'm not English redcoat Brad. Mike is the liar. I'm the other one. Brad called out Mike. I like Brad.
Okay.
Brad's my favorite.
Well, that's what I said was Brad, right?
Okay.
I said
all right.
Brad.
See, I wasn't sure. And Stoney is... Mike is the liar. I'm the other one. Okay. Yeah, the one who said that he got the blowjob in the car. That was a fucking horseshit story. Terrible story. And Brad picked that shit out and he went, fuck you, buddy. You're full of shit. Wow, that's great. So we might have the Junkyard Dogs on the show tomorrow. See, this is how you do the internet and shitting on people. You make fun of them. Then their second episode comes out and you go, I'm starting to like these retards. And then you do the third one, and they're like, oh, come on, these guys are they're just silly. Come on. And then they get in touch with you, and they're like, hey, thanks for the exposure. And you're like, fucking come on the show.
I wish we could get Otaku.
But
I kind of don't want to taint him either. I want him to stay pure and out of this realm.
I'm getting Otaku.
I don't know. I like him. I kind of like him where he is.
Did you watch his Easter dinner?
Of course I did. The Hungry Man?
Yeah.
He's a hungry man. What can I say?
He likes a good soda burp.
God, there was something like otherworldly about that burp.
He likes
I do wish people
burp.
could hit the mute while they're doing that.
I don't. Stoney says, Brad's the man. Thanks again. I got to go. I'll let Mike and Brad know. They'll be ecstatic. All right, great. Excited to talk to the Junkyard Dogs tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central. If we knock the goal out tomorrow, we get to talk to the Junkyard Dogs. How exciting is that?
It's Tuesday tomorrow. Okay, you
Yeah.
and Johnny. I honestly, I don't know what it is about being on Simcast, but it fucks up my whole sleep schedule and my days.
Well, Johnny and I have been the ones playing the Junkyard Dogs clip, so I think it's only fitting that they're on when Johnny's here. Dan says, April, I've been the victim of stripper scams. It real happens to millions of men every year. Millions?
Yes.
Fuck.
Yep. I've heard this.
Zen Rhino says, April wants Otaku's taint confirmed. There you go.
Yes. I want him to know that.
All right, let's go to the phones.
Crunchy, I'm embarrassed of my name. To accept.
Crunchy, whatever the fuck. What's going on?
Disavow! Disavow! You don't drug people. You show your titties and you make a bunch of money.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah.
All right.
No, it's not it. You don't fucking drug people. You don't.
I think we agree
maybe I
on
was too
that.
angry to call.
Yeah, you seem.
Yeah, no, dude. You fucking. I'm sorry, but it is a beautiful trade. It's a beautiful fucking trade.
What's a trade?
You make a bunch of money. You show your titties, but you watch 30 girls fall into drugs, fall into this weird fucking lifestyle where they value $30 in cocaine over their self-respect, and it's over.
$30 worth of cocaine. That's barely any cocaine.
I don't know these people.
Yes, and then they're gone, and then they're just gone, and then they disappear forever.
You sound like you're speaking from a bit of experience.
Oh, for sure. I watched 30, 35, 18-year-old girls show up and be like, oh my God, the president of the United States wants to take me to a basketball game and it's so great. I'm like, do you know who the president is? And they're like, no, but he's going to take me to a basketball game.
Are you a stripper?
Used to be.
Okay.
I work at
I
a
was just
fucking
wondering where you knew
factory.
this
Shocker.
from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you strip at the
Yeah,
factory?
I was a stripper for like 4 years.
Okay.
No, I don't strip at the factory.
That
Thank
makes
you,
sense.
Aaron.
Did you drug
No.
any men and rob them while you were a stripper?
No, but one story. So I was
floor
at
is
a strip
yours.
club in Minneapolis. Listen to me for a second.
The choice.
I got pulled into this fucking weird situation where this girl's like, we're gonna make a bunch of money, right? All you have to do is just follow my lead. I'm like, okay. This was the worst experience of my fucking life, right?
Okay.
I was 18, and she brought me to this hotel room. Like, she brought me with the fucking 3 dudes, and I was very uncomfortable. They ordered a bunch of food. They were like, okay, like, are you ready to give us massages? She's like, ew, no. And she just ate the money. She got she ate the food. She got the money up front. She ended up leaving, and they all screamed at us, fucking screamed at us bloody murder, like slammed the door, like fucking freaked the fuck out. And then I watched like 30 girls. I swear to God, 30 fucking girls disappear from the face of the earth. Those are Cardis. Like
Clam
the
radio?
typical Cardi.
I'm listening.
Yeah, clam radio. They get fucking killed. Like they get murdered, you know? And no one ever hears from them again, and everyone just moves on.
This seems like
Just
something.
saying, Cardi was one of the lucky.
This seems like something we shouldn't be getting into. Then, like
Yeah.
maybe if stripping is that dangerous, let's not be a stripper. I don't know.
The audience
That's
is
awful. Of
the
course.
audience is saying they.
Yes, if you don't have
fine.
functional
Your show.
parents, if you have parents that are drug addicts, that are poor, I'm sorry, but like you went into this shit very young, you got pimped out at a very young age. Like, what are you supposed to do?
A lot of people.
I'm just saying.
A lot of people in the chat are saying things to the effect of, "This isn't me. This is them." Saying, "Slut confirmed." Marquise says, "I like her." Stevie J says, "All of my exes are on the phone right now."
Oh, for sure. If you find your exes at strip clubs.
Ask her where her father is.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. That's the funny part. I'm just saying, like, we
Dave
watch
says
so
this
many
chick
fucking
is.
girls.
Dave says this chick is total wife material.
Okay, gross. I'm just saying, if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't understand that men will pay for anything that they can't have, you're going to get addicted to drugs, be fucking a prostitute, and then move on. Like Cardi, somehow, I don't understand it. I really don't. Good for her. But if you don't understand what the strip club life is about, you're going to fall into despair,
right.
and it's gonna kill you.
It's dangerous.
Okay, we're gonna go, but one thing before we go, can you please go one more time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that wasn't it.
Strippers.
Go.
You're right.
All
Yep.
right. Thank you very much for the call. That was very nice of you.
Thank you for your insight.
Love you guys.
Thank
Bye.
you. We love you too. I just wanted to hear the frustration sound one more time. Because she came out. That's what happens like when you have too many thoughts and not enough time to get them out. Like,
Well, it's got to be stressful if you think about it when you're not part of the show, but you're calling in, so you feel like you're going to be cut off by you anytime.
ugh! I want to adopt that sound as my own. Whenever I get frustrated. Ugh! It's an attention getter. That's for sure. Nebo says, well, I think we all learned something.
Stripping is bad.
Stripping is bad.
Okay.
Don't let your kids be strippers. That's the...
You might disappear and die.
For sure. All right, guys, 120 away from knocking her out tonight. If you feel like chipping in, there is the Streamlabs, the PayPal, Steel Toe Media Inc. on Venmo, and, of course, Super Chats and memberships. Remember somebody said earlier tonight, they go, oh, man, if you added... Diff said, man, you should take more calls. It would add a whole new thing to your show. I want to see everybody's opinion after tonight.
Well, look, not all calls are bad. There's certainly a reason we don't post the phone number anymore, okay?
That was a great call for many different reasons.
Also, I have to say this now because I'm going to forget later. So we do a lot of talking about how people aren't getting notifications for this show, right? I discovered that if you've got to click on the notification bell. There's two options on it, okay? One says personalized and one says all. You have to click all because if it's on personalized, you will not get notifications for every show.
We'll see if that helps your issue. All right, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. Let's knock out that goal. April, would you like to hear from the most honest woman alive?
Is there one?
It's this lady with
grading on a curve.
It's this lady with the volleyball. The most honest woman alive. Here she is.
Okay.
What's the most attractive thing a guy can do?
Not be black.
What? Wait, am I being punked? Did they cut that out of something? Like they clipped ahead to the video?
He was handpicked.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Whoops.
I've been in a punch-up with a dozen monkeys.
The monkeys were determined to rummage through our bags and take whatever they could.
There's the monkey on the front porch.
Oh, shit, was that fantastic. She's not done yet, by the way. Where'd my the monkeys are attacking us thing go?
I thought you played it.
No.
You have too many monkey clips for me.
I have a lot of monkey
I have no
clips.
idea.
Where the fuck did it go?
I think it's in the bottom row somewhere.
Yeah.
The monkeys were
Did that one?
There's the monkey on the front porch.
So many
that one.
monkeys.
I've been in a punch-up with a dozen monkeys.
What's the black one? The black.
That's nothing, unfortunately.
It's just empty. You have a weird empty black square in the middle of all the squares.
I don't know where
It's a minority square.
it went. Oh, here, it's on the other page.
Guys, the monkeys are attacking us.
That one should be over here. Oh, well.
It should be in the monkey row.
It should
where
be-
that black one is.
This should be Monkey Row, yeah.
The empty one. Yeah.
All right, let's continue on with everyone in the chat's new dream girl.
This is jarring.
Yes.
What's the most attractive thing a guy can do?
Not be black.
So what? That's not your type?
Yeah. No.
Really? What's your type?
Not black people.
I don't know what to say.
Fucking base.
I guess. Holy shit. That's it? There's no follow-up
That's it.
to
That's
that?
the end of that clip.
Oh my goodness.
Short and sweet, as they say.
I've never never dated a black man, but there's nothing to do with like them being black or not. I just no one's asked me out.
You just don't like the way they smell.
I've actually clearly said I love how they smell.
Marquise with $5 says best segment ever. Kyle W with $5 says that was golden. Thank you, buddy. 110 away from knocking her out tonight. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
They're saying April's giving me principal vibes tonight.
I will tell you guys this. I'm really tired. Honestly, I'm not at my best right now.
That's a good girl, says Dave Phillips. Marquise says I'm crying laughing. Stevie J says she just came out and said it. Birth of a Nation intensifies.
Yeah, what is her favorite movie? American History X?
Just the first half.
Right. Of course, the first half.
Right. She likes the basketball scene. The legendary side effect says, white people are the best. You should all try to hook up with us whites. Imagine if we look at you like we really want to fuck. She's so honest.
What's the most attractive thing a guy can do?
Not be black.
So what? That's not your type?
Yeah. No.
Really? What's your type?
Not black people.
What is she, though? She's something, right?
Asian, Latino?
No, not Asian.
Might be Latino or just a tan white girl.
I don't know, man. That is so brazen to come out and just say that. I could never say that.
Well, those are the types of people you can't really refute or like say anything back to because it's like
jarring.
She's right there. Like,
thank you for saying there and not just right.
Because, she's just right there.
I'm sure that's that's many dudes' dream girl, but I don't.
Oh.
I don't ever see myself being that
Look,
brazen.
everybody has their own opinions, and we should respect everyone's opinions. Someone says, looks staged to me. Right, but have you ever seen a video that you don't want to know if it's staged or not? You go, stop, right there, done, finished, over.
I'll tell you why that's not staged, I don't think, because nobody would want their face in a video like that.
Right, no.
Like, that just happened. Like, that wasn't talked about.
Exactly.
I wouldn't want my face in that video. No way.
Yeah, you don't want to be part of that unless you're letting
black
people
people
know
aren't
it's a
her
bit.
thing.
Oh. Well, everyone's allowed their interests.
I guess everyone gets an opinion, but wow.
It's a hell of an opinion she's got. That's for sure.
But you're not disagreeing, though?
I'm not into black men, no. No, I'm not. All right, we have a lot of stuff to get to yet tonight. Let's see if we're going to do overtime. We got the Bobby Lee thing. We've got the Mersh pedophile segment thing. Not that Mersh is a pedophile. It's a bit that Rosen
more context.
did. We will give you more context if we get to overtime.
What
tonight.
is a Rosen?
God, what the fuck is his name? Something Rosen. He's a pedophile catcher. I Fight for Kids. Alex Rosen. That's his name. No, not Rosenberg, April. That's somebody.
I might have known him then.
He might be on a different side of that one.
Oh, okay.
All right. That's a proud dad moment, says I Sneeze. I want to pay this girl to voice my opinions for me.
Okay.
Get that bitch on Cameo.
You're a dad. If your daughter said that, what's your reaction?
I don't know what I'd say after I'm done crying.
Happy tears or sad tears?
Yeah, I don't need to say. Crunchy Cynicism says, thank you. That was my point. I survived, and now I pay you guys for entertainment and work full-time. Well, God bless you. Thank you to everybody who's generous to this program. John Jamingo says, most of the nitwits in here don't even know what racism is. I do. I know it when I see it.
What is racism, really?
I'll show you. Guys, we got 5 minutes left. Let's, or we've got
it?
Or we've got 35 minutes left. And we will do overtime for you. It all depends if we knock out that 110 goal or not. I feel pretty good about it. Everybody chip in a little bit, and I think we'll knock this out. Don't worry about whether someone else is going to do it or not. Everybody throw in a couple of bucks, and we'll keep this train rolling. Here we go. Let's fire this. I'm not supposed to be blowing on that thing.
You're not supposed to be blowing it into the mic either.
Tomato.
It hurts, man.
110 away. There's the Streamlabs link in the chat, the PayPal link in the chat, at Steel Toe Media Inc. on Venmo. Super chats, memberships, new memberships, they all count. Thank you, guys. Becoming a member is huge for our show. So if you want to do that, that's remarkably helpful in many different ways. April's new templates. We can go over those tomorrow evening and see what we think about the new template. I love them.
I want to look at
really
it.
Good.
I want to look at it before the evening show, though.
All right, let's see if we can knock this out. Legendary Side Effect says, "Hey, where's Lemmy?" I think she's hanging out with Corey. I don't know. I don't think Lemmy doesn't like Steel Toe anymore.
That's okay. Not heard from Lemmy in a hot minute.
Yeah, she's not a Steel Toe person anymore.
That's okay. Right. Everyone gets an opinion.
Everybody gets an opinion. That's fine. I think. I think she's out skis. I don't think it's anything personal. I just think she's probably just, people outgrow some shit sometimes. All right, 2.5. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We got 3 minutes away from ending without overtime. Legendary Side Effect says, I'm sure she still loves it here. Oh, never mind. Maybe she's here then. I have no fucking clue. Marquise says tonight's whole show is a highlight and throws in $20. Thank you, buddy. 95 away from knocking her out this evening. Cream of Green says, haters getting mad. I don't think they're getting mad. I think they're always mad, Cream of Green. I think that's part of being a hater. Always upset.
I said this on Simpcast last night because a couple of ladies like, what the hell are they talking about? Like your mom for and stuff. What a weird thing to do. And I'm like, it's just truly miserable people that need everyone else feel the same way.
It was kind of like a bunch of girls laughing at a guy's small dick.
Did you hear me address it?
Yeah. It really was like 5 girls just laughing at their dicks, and they're just like, oh, fuck. Well, that didn't go the way I thought it would.
You have to imagine, like, as a woman and somebody, like, behaving that way, they've got the tiniest penis you can imagine.
Rupert with $19.99 says, here's more of my birthday money. And John over on Venmo with $15. Thank you very much. That's going to put us 65 away.
Thank you.
From knocking it out this evening. Keep her moving. We're almost there. Brian with $19.99.
Thank you, sir.
That's going to bring us down to an even 50 away from tonight's goal. Thank you guys very much. Just a real consistent descent down to 0. And we're very, very close now. 2 minutes left and $50 away. PayPal, Streamlabs, Super Chats, Venmo, all of it. Unquenchable Fire with $5. Kyle W. with $5.
Thank you.
40 away. And we're getting close. Bringing her in for a landing, boys and girls. MSO did say no goal tonight, so he has made his prediction.
I've seen people pissy that I'm wearing a t-shirt tonight.
Oh, God damn it. They're spoiled.
What was it? What is April going to wear? A garbage bag tomorrow? God.
They're spoiled now. All right, guys, we have 1 minute left. 1 minute until the end of the can rattling segment, and we are 40 away from knocking her out. Just go ahead and click that Streamlabs or PayPal link, fire in the rest, and we'll call her a W for tonight. Of course, anything that we go over goes into tomorrow morning. Toolman Mike with $5. Thank you, Toolman Mike.
Thank you.
35 away from hitting it. Thank you guys very much. We got Bobby Lee. We got Alex Rosen. We got a bunch of stuff in overtime for you. 35 away. And 20 seconds to go. 20 seconds away. Matt Field says, if April does an entire show in pasties and body paint, I'll lose my shit.
I think I might too.
There you go.
I mean, I did dress up a little last night. I honestly am so tired, and I apologize for that today.
All right, guys, here it comes. We may be doing overtime on the credit to knock it out later. All right, there it is.
All
Turtle
right.
with $5, 30 away from knocking out overtime tonight. So we do owe you that 30 minutes. You will knock out the rest of the 30, but this does count. MSO says push. Now, is it inside of 50 is a push? I think that's what it is.
I think he gets to make the rules.
All right. He says push. So inside of 50 is a push. All right. So there you go, guys. 30 away. Keep her going. Knock the rest of it out. Abby with another 25 says for April's virtual tits. That's very lesbianic.
Thank you. My virtual tits, thank you.
Yes.
They're in there.
So we're 5 away.
My shirt's cool.
MSO
like it.
says 50 is a push. All right. Those are his rules.
My shirt actually says go bang in a forest and it has a machine gun on the front. I love it.
Get
So,
it?
It's fun.
Do you get it? All right. So 5 away. I think you guys are going to knock that out. I'm actually going to unpin that now because I think 5 is a pretty inconsequential number. Thank you guys very much for your support this evening. Very, very cool. All right. What would you like first? Would you like Rosen Mersch pedo setup or Bobby Lee getting canceled by Amazon?
Both of those sound awful. So I guess
Bobby Lee's shorter.
Yeah, I'd rather do the Bobby Lee thing. If his story had been true, I think it's shitty the thing he did, but I still don't think, like, after all this time of saying it, that he should be canceled. That's kind of weird.
Thank you, Delco Lou, for the $4.99. He says goal met. Indeed, it is. Thank you very much, buddy. All right, so we get to play a unique clip for the Bobby Lee thing.
Yeah.
By the way, does our boy Unique stream anymore? I don't think he does.
No, I think he posts clips. I get all of his clip notifications and no live streams.
All right.
Which is devastating because I used to love those live streams.
I thought they were really entertaining live streams. So Bobby Lee decided to resurrect the Tijuana story recently. Now, if I were advising Bobby Lee, I would have told him to do no such thing.
Nope. If it's a dirty one, probably don't bring it up again.
Right. What happened was Bobby Lee reads the internet way too fucking much, just like Cardi B, just like everybody else, reads the internet way too much, and saw people on Reddit were talking about the Tijuana story. It's a story he told about 15 years ago on the Opie and Anthony show, where he talked about how he allegedly had sex with an underage hooker in Tijuana and made her cry and all of this other stuff.
It was awful.
So it came up on Reddit again because people on Reddit have no lives and they're monsters, and they thought it would be funny to bring up the Bobby Lee Tijuana story and see if they could get the guy canceled for it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bobby Lee, what Bobby Lee doesn't understand is that they can't get you canceled for bringing that up on Reddit. But what they can do is they can get you to talk about it, so then it becomes a story on TMZ and everywhere else, which now it has been.
And now he's tripping up.
And now you can get canceled. Amazon has apparently dropped Bobby Lee over this Tijuana story. Amazon would have never dropped Bobby over the Tijuana story if it was just a Reddit thing.
Nope, they wouldn't have known about that.
And even if they would have went, well, we don't know if that's fucking true.
The credibility of anyone on Reddit is
right,
pretty tiny.
They would have been able to just go, yeah,
next to none.
It doesn't fucking matter. Who gives a shit? But Bobby Lee brought it to the forefront and he addressed it on his show. And now Amazon goes, well, wait a minute. This is on TMZ. This is a story because Bobby's addressing it. We played the clip on our show on Thursday, I think.
Covered it on Simpcast last night, too.
This is, again, to use one of April's sports terms, the sport of tennis, this is an unforced error. The Reddit people brought it up. If Bobby would have done what the rest of us do and just not gone on Reddit because it's just a vacuum of dog shit. There's two kinds of people on Reddit. People Reddit hate, and then people that are going to be hated by Reddit pretty soon but aren't right now.
Yeah.
Those are the two types of people.
It's literally vacuum sealed dog shit.
Exactly. So Bobby Lee addressed it, and here's what happened.
A video about a bunch of TikTokers trying to get Bobby Lee canceled over his Tijuana story. Now, everybody 2 weeks ago in the comments of that video was like, he's not going to get canceled. Nobody's going to care because this sort of thing has happened before.
Are you guys new to how the fucking world works now? People love bringing up shit from 2 decades ago and seeing if they can trip people up over it. It's a sport.
People do it to us all the time.
Yeah, with Bobby Lee, this is sport fishing now.
Yeah.
They caught Bobby Lee there. And Bobby Lee is the kind of lunatic, like the kind of insecure, anxiety-ridden person where this could cause him to just stop doing his show.
He's turned into a weird, soft, spineless version of himself lately. It's very odd.
In fairness, those of us who have been O&A fans for a long time, he was always like this.
I do feel he's gotten worse.
Bobby Lee has always been a spineless worm. Like, he's just always been weak-willed, easy to take advantage of. He's worse now in that somebody came along who could play him for the fool in his ex-girlfriend, fiance, Kalila, whatever role she played. Business partner. It's always
Roommate.
Good. Roomie. So somebody now has made a mark out of him, has taken advantage of him, but he's always been kind of this guy who worried way too much, who let everything affect him, who couldn't let anything go. And now he's stepped in this shit on his own.
And 2 weeks later, it seems like he is getting canceled. So he dropped an episode of Tiger Belly addressing the Tijuana story. I wondered why he dropped this episode.
Right, thank you. Okay, so Unique and I agree. That's how I know I'm being reasonable.
Yeah.
Is that Kyle agrees with me. Why address it? It's been out there for 15 years. People who thought it was a joke have taken it as a joke. People who thought it was real have taken it like it's real. Those judgments have already been made. There's no reason to bring it back up.
Let it lie, for sure.
TMZ has never heard of it before. Amazon had never heard of it before. And they never would have heard about it if you hadn't given it oxygen, you fucking dummy.
Yeah, but everyone always thinks like once they hear, oh, somebody's out to get me, like they've got to address everything as if it's going to make it better. But
no, the only thing that can get you is you.
Right. Even if you say all the right things, like, well, obviously that's not true. Now you're still talking about it. And now somebody else like the TMZ or somebody's going to look into this.
Right.
So
I said, over 2 weeks ago, I made that video about the TikTokers trying to get him canceled. At the time, he just made all of his accounts private. And it seemed like the strategy was just make all your accounts private, hunker down, ignore it, and it will just go away.
There you go. Hey.
Simple enough.
Good strategy. There you go. Shut the fuck up on your show about it. First of all, these people are beneath you. They don't deserve your airtime. You're Tiger Belly. They're fucking nobody. Don't give them airtime on your program. Make them pay for it.
I agree.
Instead, he just gives them the airtime.
So I wondered why 2 weeks later he dropped this episode of Tiger Belly addressing it. Well, it turns out there's a reason why he dropped this episode. He got dropped by Amazon and Wondery. Now, if you remember, months ago, he was signed with All Things Comedy, owned by Bill Burr. Dude, why are you coming up and talking to me when you're trashing my wife? That Bill.
Just doing the Kumia thing.
He has to, right?
You know, the thing about Kyle is he does these impressions. You swear to God, they're the real person.
You know?
And he left them and signed with Wondery and Amazon, probably for a lot more money. It was a 3-year deal. On last week's Tiger Belly episode, everything was fine. All the logos were the same. On this episode and going forward, there are no more logos. He has been dropped by Amazon and Wondery.
Why did you talk about it? So he moved from Bill Burr's podcast network, signed with Amazon and Wondery, which had to be a decent financial move or he wouldn't have left.
Yeah, that's big.
And now you've got nothing. Will Bill Burr take you back? Bill Burr doesn't want to talk to Anthony because Anthony called his wife some names, which I get that. I understand it. But now Bobby Lee's done way worse than call Bill Burr's wife names. Now he's got the scarlet letter of kid fucker attached to him now.
That's nasty because whether you're being honest and it like didn't happen or not, like now Amazon hears that and just to save themselves from the tide of shit coming their way because of you, they've got to drop you now.
They don't want to touch it. Right, exactly.
Like
You're absolutely right.
It's just bad for business.
Yes.
Which now explains why he made this episode. So he's been dropped by those companies, and now in order to get a new deal with a new company, he has to address this Tijuana thing because he just got dropped by Wondery because of the Tijuana thing.
Whoa. Are we sure we've got our timelines right here? I don't think Kyle's got his timeline right. I think Bobby addressed the thing.
And then it happened.
Because Bobby came out with this early last week, addressing the Tijuana thing, and then it wasn't until now that Amazon announced today or this weekend that they dropped him.
I think that's what Kyle said, though. I think he said when they were first talking about it, in this episode, all the logos were fine and the same, and the next one, they were gone.
Oh, the newest episode doesn't have the...
I think Kyle has it right.
Okay, so my point still stands that he never should have fucking talked about it.
No.
God damn it,
because like I said, whether you're innocent or not of these things, like you've now brought that upon yourself. Now you're known for that. Like
I have a really hard time feeling bad for this motherfucker because
he walks into every punch ever.
I feel like the first time I felt bad for him, he was like a wounded puppy on the side of the road. The second time I felt bad for him, I'm like, why did you let this crazy bitch into your life? You knew what she was. And now this is like the third time. This is like Paul in Goodfellas, Paulie giving Henry the money and going, and now I got to turn my back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, Bobby, when are you going to learn? You're in your 50s, for God's sake. You've been in show business your entire adult life. When are you going to learn? There are no aw shucks nice guys. You know, it's the Mersh rant. These people aren't your friends.
This guy, though, I feel like Bobby is such an anxious little shit that he maybe doesn't believe that people are as evil as they could be. Like, he's too naive about it. And he's like, oh, there's no way they could be, like, out to get me that way. So I'm just going to address this and make sure everyone knows I'm the good guy. And everyone's going to be like, oh, okay, Bobby, I believe you.
If I'm just the aw shucks nice guy, maybe Reddit and TikTok will leave me alone. They will chew you apart for being that guy. You call them dipshits and then you ignore them. That's what you do. You treat them like the infants that they are. They're beneath you. That's what we did. It worked great. That's what you have to do on a much larger level.
Dude,
instead, he goes and addresses the fucking thing because he thinks being an aw shucks nice guy is going to save him. The only good thing that comes of this is that money grubbing bitch that he's connected to is going to lose money from this too. And now look what you hitched your wagons to. By the way, mark my words, she's fucking gone.
Yes, but I don't think without being shitty to him somehow first.
Yeah, but she's...
for doing this to them.
She's leaving.
She's going to go on a whole thing on Trash Tuesday or whatever about how he did this to them and all this.
Fuck
and all
that. She'll do it to his face.
I'm sure in private. I don't know. I don't know if she'll do it on Tiger Belly.
Oh, on the show, she'll spit in his face like she has every other time. Like, remember the H3 podcast?
I do.
Spit right in his face.
Maybe
in front
you're right.
Of millions of people.
I don't know. I've been a quote unquote nice person my whole life, and I've been that aw shucks, like I'm not, mean to these people. God, why are they being so mean to me? And I tell you what, it's never got me anywhere.
Right.
So I'm sorry, Bobby.
So it seems like the TikTokers, in a way, did kind of cancel him because that's losing out on a lot of money. I mean, to leave Bill Burrsting to sign with another podcasting company, there was probably huge money involved, and now that money is gone. So he did a whole episode addressing it to try and attract someone else to sign him.
See, now what the vibe I'm getting is that he addressed it after Amazon dropped him, but that doesn't make sense because they just announced that Amazon dropped him this weekend, and he released that episode before that.
No, he absolutely addressed it before Amazon dropped him.
I think Kyle's timeline is wrong. I could be wrong, but I think Kyle fucked up the timeline here.
I don't know.
And when I made that video 2 weeks ago, I was like, I didn't really think too much of it, but it seems like they got to Amazon and Wondery, and they were like, yo, these TikTokers, they keep talking about this Tijuana story that you talked about on O&A and various other podcasts over the years. My whole thoughts on the...
By the way, I'm willing to bet, because comedians are fucking garbage, and they're weird, and they're damaged, and they've got sexual hangups, and comedians, especially the successful ones, are some of the most fucked up people you'll ever meet. I don't buy for a second that he made that story up.
Go watch last night's Simcast. We covered this at length, actually. And
what did you guys?
Multiple
What did you
comedians
gals think?
on it. Lila Hart and Chrissy are both comedians. They really do believe that all good jokes or good stories and stuff, while maybe not 1,000% factual, they're based in reality. Okay, that's what makes it connect with people. Okay, it's got to start somewhere.
I believe the Tijuana story.
There was a lot of specifics. I think Lila ended up saying that she believes that he did lie about it. Like it was just a made up story. I can't completely divulge why she believes that. We discussed that afterwards.
Oh, okay.
But she believes that he lied about it. My heart of heart, I do feel like there was a lot of specifics involved there that seems like, I don't know if
Have you listened to the O&A clip?
That was on my list to go find it.
I remember him telling that story on Opie and Anthony, and it sounds... You know how we can listen to the Junkyard Dogs and know they're full of shit?
Yeah.
I listened to him tell it on Opie and Anthony, and it sounds like a guy who lived that moment.
Well, and he's told that story multiple times, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Like you said, on different podcasts.
Right.
The Tijuana story, I couldn't care less whether it's true or not true. There's probably... some of it's true, but not all of it. And things are highly exaggerated to make it funny. You have to remember, this is a comedian going on shows, trying to tell a story and make this story funny. So he might have just thrown in the thing of she was underage or another messed up aspect of the story. But I had a feeling this could happen. I didn't know it was going to affect his pockets the way it did, though.
Okay, that's
Well-
that's pretty much the gist of it.
We played a couple clips last night from this Tiger Belly episode of him giving examples of jokes he made regarding that story about basically an underage Natalie Portman and stuff like that. And it's, to me, if they were jokes, they're not landing. They weren't good jokes. It was pretty gross, actually.
Yeah. Zen Rhino, I agree with him. Points to Kyle for getting the phrase correct. It's I couldn't care less. Most people say I could care less. I fucking hate that when people do it. But if you mention it, you're being a little autistic. I'll be honest. So
yeah,
I don't
because
really scream it too loudly. The phrase is I couldn't care less.
Yeah, but usually when people are saying that, aren't they just, what they mean, and it's usually coming out pretty fast.
But you also want them to be better. So you're like, I don't want to be a cunt right now, but I also don't want you to be a retard. So I'm conflicted. So, but couldn't care less is, yes, the only way to say that, because that's what you mean. Let's do the Mersh Alex Rosen thing. This is so funny.
Give me a little setup to this.
So Alex Rosen is a guy who busts predators.
Okay.
He's like one of these internet Chris Hansen guys. Like Chris Hansen went on a business because guys like Rosen and others set up shop on the internet, and they could put out more content and do more research than Chris Hansen and his giant, slow-moving team could put it together.
So he's one of the good ones doing the Lord's work.
That's what yeah. I've never talked to him. I've never met him. Thank God, I guess. But from what
Thank God for me too.
I haven't watched a lot of his stuff, but from what people tell me, he's a good dude. He's not the guy we watched before who had the guy call his wife.
Okay.
That's a different guy.
He's not like setting merch up here, is he then?
You're going to love this.
Make it stop.
Hey, my name's Gordon. Nice to meet you, man. Hey, I just got to talk to you about Billy.
Fuck is Billy?
Oh, well, he's the young boy that you've been kind of talking to online. I've been talking to you.
What young boy? I don't. What is this?
Well, your Steam account here online.
Yeah, I mean that's my Steam account, but
Yeah, well, I mean, we just have some messages between the two of you. And look, I know some stuff happens. He was probably texting you, but we just need to talk about it because I'm sure what was said needs to get addressed.
I'm not messing with kids. I don't know. What are you talking about? Like, what messages? What I don't.
I mean, look.
Fucking Hollywood Mersh here with the acting.
I know. Look at that suit jacket,
Nominate him for a goddamn award here.
Look, just some stuff that was said. I just want to go over it because just some stuff happened. It's not the end of the world.
Wait, it's on Steam?
On Steam.
So is this like a video game or something?
Okay. Hey, man, we have everything here. Okay. Hey, look, I'm not here to fuck you over. I'm just here to talk about it. All right.
Look, man.
I'll be quiet when they're around.
I really don't have time for this, man. I gotta, I didn't talk to no fucking kids, dude.
Okay. Look, some stuff was said from someone on your account to Billy. He was the guy playing with you that just happened to be a little bit too young. I don't know. Right here.
Oh, Billy's he's Pone Malone 69?
Yeah.
Pone Malone.
That little fucking shit, dude. He offline raided me in Rust, dude.
No.
No. That wasn't like any pedo shit. No, he's a fucking little asshole, dude.
Look, some stuff was said. I'm going to fuck you in your ass and then drink your blood. It was very...
Oh, man. Hard to
That
paint.
does sound like a threat.
It's very threatening.
To Pone Malone 69.
Very violent. It was very alarming stuff.
Because I spent 2 days like building a base, and then the little fucker waited till I logged off. I wasn't trying to like.
Yeah, no, but this sounds more like Ali Alexander than Muhammad Ali. Okay, so I mean, this is kind of alarming stuff.
Dude, this was a video game, and I was I was just saying the stuff like to fucking because he made me mad, dude. I wasn't really fuck him or anything.
I wasn't really gonna fuck him or anything.
That is the phrase that paints.
I wasn't really gonna fuck him or anything.
That is so good. I want to hear that one more time.
That's where Chris Hansen went wrong. He never kept the ones in there where a guy's like, no, I didn't mean I was gonna fuck him or anything.
I didn't really want to fuck him.
Dude, this was a video game, and I was I was just saying the stuff like to fucking because he made me mad, dude. I wouldn't really fuck him or anything.
That's a fantastic line.
I love the delivery of it.
Mersh did deliver that line really fucking well. Hold on.
Made me mad, dude. I wouldn't really fuck him or anything.
So, I mean, here, look, I don't know what happened, but you said, I'm going to hold your parents at gunpoint and make you suck my dick till you like it, you little faggot.
Whoa. Was that necessary?
Alex leaning in with this bit.
This is Mersh.
It's a video game, dude. He was a fucking...
Right, but this was online talk.
In a video game,
I mean, did you just get kind of carried away, or what happened?
Yeah, because the video game, I was, again, 2 days, dude. I was building a fucking base, dude. I have to work, dude. I don't have time to rebuild a Rust base every day.
Okay.
I was mad. I get it. But I did not try to bang any kids, dude.
Okay, I mean, some other stuff was exchanged. I mean, have you looked at a child in any sexual situations?
No, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
No, I'm not saying, has it ever, like, come across you, someone spammed you? And look, I'm not saying you did anything. I'm just saying someone sent it to you.
No, I don't do this. What are you talking about?
Okay. Look.
He's laughing.
Look, I put your phone number into my phone. You have a Telegram account, all right? Now, before you say anything, I know what happens on that app. Tell me what happened.
Okay, to be fair, I do have a Telegram
account. Hey, man, I'm not...
This is so fucking uncomfortable.
I know.
I'm here to judge you. Go ahead.
Strictly for racist stuff.
I want that face on like a poster.
Strictly for racist stuff.
I want that shirt... Or no, I want that picture of him on a shirt that says strictly for racist stuff.
Okay, to be fair, I do have a Telegram
Okay,
account.
hey, man, I'm not here to judge you. Go ahead.
Strictly for racist stuff. Like, just, yeah, like, it's not for what you think it is. It's, memes and stuff like, George Floyd banana dance meme and.
George Floyd banana dance. There's something about this part that really nails home the George Floyd banana dance.
About central banking and Israel and Epstein.
So look, I mean, racist stuff could mean anything. It could mean Emmett Till hanging from a tree, and that's a hung 14-year-old. So,
hung in what way?
I don't know. Why would you look at something like a hung 14-year-old? No.
Israel. It's a lot of I swear to God, it's only for racist stuff. I swear.
Oh, but anything that could be taken in a sexual context. Not me. I'm not here to judge, but that someone can look at.
No, if anything, I go on Telegram channels where we don't like pedophiles, and we're always talking about like Epstein and Dershowitz and like all the banking guys and then all the Jewish kind of pedophiles.
The Jewish kind of pedophile. This is fucking good.
Are we fucking based over here on
A
Telegram?
little bit of a based app, yes.
Based Telegram.
Yes.
So, look.
By the way, I just want to point out, in case Mersh ever does see this, because of the nature of the two gentlemen in this bit, I have had my finger hovering over the mute button the entire time.
I know, we already dropped one gay out.
Yes.
I mean, that's just kind of... I mean, did you really have to bring the Jewish question up?
Well, I mean, it was just fucking around on Telegram, dude.
Okay. Have you been invited to any channels or?
I love how the Mersh character in this video is acting like the real life Mersh, only secretly says shit about the Jews.
Right.
Anything,
like I said, dude, only racist stuff. No CP
stuff.
or anything like that, I swear.
Okay. Any groups you added to where it's like, could be compromising images of children? Any like?
No, if anything, I'm in channels that call that kind of stuff out. Like the media, Epstein and Dershowitz and all the bankers and all the cabal.
So you've been looking at some CP?
No, never.
I mean circumcised penis.
No, mostly the people we complain. Yeah, the people we complain about.
Right. Obviously, you've dipped your toes in some pretty bad waters. And if you can't tell, I stick my nose before my penis a lot of times into some really bad waters too, to catch people like you. You know I'm Jewish, right? And bring up all those anti-Semitic tropes. Next, are you gonna say, Austin's funded by George Soros, and that sergeant's actually not guilty? I mean, come on, give me a fucking break. You're anti-Semitic, Mr. O'Neill.
Okay, look, I'm gonna level with you, man. If you call me an anti-Semite, it's gonna ruin my fucking life. Okay.
Okay.
It's not live, right? But please don't, dude. Clarify that I'm not an anti-Semite. It's gonna ruin my life.
Why is it gonna ruin your life,
dude? Please, just.
Why is it? That's funny. Why is it gonna ruin your life?
Yeah. Right.
If he answers that, he's fucked.
Ask Kanye.
Yes.
Favor, man, I just got licensed, okay? I got a really sweet teaching job. And
yeah, where do you teach at?
Can you please just tell them I'm a pedophile?
Okay.
Please, I cannot.
Could you please tell them I'm a pedophile?
Because that's somehow more forgivable.
Yes, than being an anti-Semite.
Get labeled as an anti-Semite, this will ruin me. Please, give me the camera. Give me the camera. Is that Jeffrey Marsh?
Is that Jeffrey
He said
Marsh?
Jeffrey Marsh. Oh my God.
I have to watch Mersh run. That was very good.
That was good work.
Oh, that was great.
Tits.
Is that Jeffrey Marsh? You can't call me an anti-Semite. It'll ruin my life. Can you just call me a pedophile instead? Fuck me.
I'm sure nobody will clip that ever.
Nebo says, I'll say it is 10 times funnier than what? I can't see. Than his jobber skits. Well, everybody gets a little older and funnier. Gayop says, and we're back. This show has been the best in weeks. Oh, well, thank you very much. It's very kind of you.
Very cool.
Big Cat says, Alex has become a master interrogator. They always spill the beans. Stephen J says, it will ruin my life because they have the power to ruin my life. I thought everyone knows that. I thought it was a good one. Nice work.
It was good.
Nice work, boys and girls. People are saying, what's the link? I'll put the tweet in the chat. That's where I played it from. It's from the ROTC radio Twitter. Brian says, has to be fake.
Do we just leave him hanging? Like, is that how we end the show?
Nobody tell him. Nobody tell him. That's too perfect. Brian, you have no idea how awesome you are, buddy.
I hope he's playing us right now.
That was fucking good, Brian. That was awesome. And I hope somebody clues you in eventually how awesome that comment was. That was great, buddy.
Fuck.
Thank you. Brian says womp womp.
So he is playing. Oh, thank God. Right. Oh, that was still funny, though.
I think Brian might have outed them. All right, guys.
Look, it's Jeffrey Marsh.
Yeah, that was funny. Could you just call me a pedophile instead? I like that part. And, oh, look, Jeffrey Marsh, and then he runs away. All right, guys. That's going to do it for tonight. Thank you very much for all your support, all your help, knocking out that goal. Tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening will be our last goals until Wednesday night. Because we're not going to have one Wednesday morning. Matt's going to be here as our special guest, and we're going to give him half of all the revenue that comes in. April, thank you very much for being with us after your great Simpcast appearance and being dog-tired.
Thank you. Go watch it. I'm going to get some sleep. I'm sorry for my crankiness this evening. I apologize. And my lack of nice clothes, I understand.
No apology necessary. I promise you, starting Wednesday, I'm going to start losing my baby fat that I've gained since my teeth have been removed. Yes. We will talk to you again tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Central. Johnny's going to be here. Remember, Junkyard Dogs for overtime tomorrow. It's going to be great.
It's going to be a howling good time. No, we don't actually howl.
Oh. Thank you, guys. Thanks. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Oh, in about 5 minutes, our Little Mermaid clip's going up. That sounds a lot gayer than it is. We'll talk to you.